Happy Tuesday, my fellow exiles. I hope you're having a wonderful day thus far. On today's live, we're doing a couple different things, everybody. One, we have a podcast with Lexd, the warrior shield lover, relatively new, smaller Path of Exile 2 creator. Should be a fun one. That's starting in about 30 minutes from now. And then we're going to discuss a little bit about... I am not a fan of this league. I'm just going to come out and say it. We can develop that thought. I'm going to be making a video tomorrow explaining why I think this. This might surprise a lot of people, but I honestly am not a fan of this league. Huge fan of the Druid. I've now played it quite a while in Endgame. I've played Act 1 with my wife. Druid is so much fun. The campaign is so much fun. The moment I swap into Endgame and interact with the new Fate of the Val mechanic, guys, I just am not a fan. Plus, I am hitting in so many bugs and performance woes. I have to call it like I see it. So, we'll develop that in a second, guys. If you are watching the live stream, the VOD on YouTube, make sure you hit the like button, guys. I want to continue doing these, even though, let's be frank, I know a lot of you guys are big PW2 fans. I am too, and I know a lot of you watch me because I always have that positive voice in the room. But you're going to see critical try for the next while. I'm just being frank about it. Because the new league mechanic it's overcomplicated. It's buggy. We'll talk about that in a bit. It doesn't feel rewarding. It feels like I'm going to have to put 50 hours into it to even like fight Queen at Ziri, which is just unfortunate. It's beautiful. The design makes sense in theory, but once you get to the gameplay of it, man, I'm just not a fan. And I loved it during the campaign too. But immediately after, it doesn't have any of that evolution. Anyway, yeah, if you're watching the VOD, like the video, make sure to leave a comment. Am I cooked? Am I crazy? I think I might have done an oopsie, guys. I mean, I didn't even do an oopsie because I didn't try. I got through the campaign pretty quickly. I did it in 12 hours. And that's the best part of the game. And now I just want to go back and play the campaign again on a different Druid. I think I might do that. I know there's a meme of, oh, you know, Try hasn't beat Arbiter, hasn't played Endgame. Of course, that's not true. I did it in 01, 02, 03. But this league, I might actually just go back and play the campaign again because I don't like Fate of the Val. And the Endgame hasn't, you know, shifted a lot. In fact, you know, another thing with the Endgame, it is still like lots of monsters swarming you. You got to have the clear. I don't know if other people have experienced that, but I'm only in T5 Waystones. That's my experience thus far. Anyway, yeah, we got a pod in a little bit, guys. We're going to have some fun discussions, learn about Lexd, get his thoughts on the league because maybe I'm in my own little bubble. And now I am going to the chat because I have not been reading the chat. Let's take a look. Let's see what people think. Okay, am I crazy? Hey, Ludwig. Hey, Chad. Hey, Limedam. Hey, Invent. I haven't even made it to Endgame and I'm feeling the burnout. See, I love the campaign. I think I made an oopsie by going through the campaign so quick. Hey, Kamikaze. WTF. Uh-oh. Negative try. I need another 500 hours, bub. What? Say hi to Zoja, everybody. She wants some love. Totally agree, Electrar. What's going on, dude? This is what I've been hearing across the YouTube channels. I also have not talked to really any other creators, and I haven't watched any videos. So I obviously had the Dead Rabbit podcast yesterday, which I didn't go live for. Because to be honest, I hate going live and like being not sad, like not having the energy, you know, that I usually have. And yesterday especially, I just didn't have it. And I was like, you know, Dead Rabbit, I'm just gonna do this offline. You know, I want to develop my thoughts a little bit more, really think about what I want to say, play it for a little bit more, get a real grasp on my thoughts, and they didn't really change. So, hey Marcel, hey Weisher, what's going on? Send me your PC so I can fix it. My PC is Great, man. Even talking to try to start of this league, we are cooked. Val Temple is undercooked. Could be good, but feels unfinished, such as not showing you what rooms you've done. Okay. Patch happens last night, guys. I go and I do a Val Temple. And I forget, you know, before you could portal out and you could go to your stash, mid-Val Temple. I don't know if this was intentional, but now you can't portal out of the Val Temple anymore. Okay? You have to go back to the entrance to exit, and guess what else? You used to get the error message when you portaled like fully out, and you're like, okay, you cannot re-enter, okay? You can't re-enter. Now, when you leave the temple, at least what happened to me, you can't go back in and it doesn't give you the warning. So I lost my Val Temple, even though I probably wouldn't get any rewards from it. But still, I walked out and I couldn't walk back in. I just lost my entire temple. So I don't know. Go level and enjoy a lot of builds this league. Yeah, like I want to play Werewolf and Wyvern. So I think I'm going to do Werewolf next. Werewolf looks giga fun. You said this, exactly this from seeing the presentation. I called the Val mechanic when it was revealed, which is why I've been requesting the temple to be smaller, more rewards, room upgradable, even easier, and finally a pick for me button for rooms. Bloodlord, totally true. Totally true. I think it's over designed, and it doesn't give like enough. It just you don't get those fun moments when seeing it. I still haven't had a special room, and I know I have to upgrade stuff to tier 3 and everything, but still I haven't got that. It just feels bad. Without infrequent, you get to run temples. The way they announce the mechanic is bizarre. And it doesn't explain like how the mechanic works. Yes, you can have complicated mechanics, but if the surface level, the fundamental use of the mechanic is confusing, I think it's bad. I'm having a lot of fun, so many possibilities with builds. The builds are sweet. I'm a big fan of the Druid. I think the Druid is I'm being a little hyperbolic here. The Druid is the only win in this update. It's the only win in this update for me. My performance is worse. I'm running into way more bugs. I'm freezing up, like my literally computer is locking up. I'm getting kicked out. I'm getting tons of bugs with the actual game where I'm getting stuck in terrain. My abilities don't work, something, but like this didn't happen in 0.3. I had the rendering thing. That's it. That's the only thing I had in 0.3. And then the Fate of the Val, I almost just don't want to interact with it, but I'm forcing myself to, because I want to really see what's wrong with it, what I don't like about it, so I can have a developed opinion as a creator. But I will say, I am not having fun with that mechanic. And I would much rather just re-roll, run the campaign again, and I think that's what I'm going to do on stream. And what I'm going to do in private. I think my brother and I are going to do a hardcore run together, probably in private, but... And then nothing else was really introduced. And a lot of people are saying, oh, you know, well, the end game would have said, I mean, yeah, the end game, it would have been cool, but still, Fate of the Val it's supposed to be a big part. And I hope they do something addressing it, but I'm not sure if they will. So I'm sorry for being, I'm sorry for being a huge Debbie Downer. I am being huge down, but I've always told you guys I'm going to be genuine. Loved 0.1. I was a 0.2 enjoyer as well. Even though that had issues, and obviously the league mechanic was even like less baked, right? At least it was really honest about being less baked, and it wasn't overcomplicated. It just wasn't a lot of I still enjoyed that with the Huntress, and even like the base game, because it was still kind of fresh and new. 0.3. Amazing, huge fun, loved Abyss, loved the new campaign, loved Hollow Palm technique, loved all the changes there. But 0.4, when I hit endgame, and I played it for more than like 2 hours, and I tried to interact with Fate of the Val, it was rough. So, what's going on, Sarkabun? Thanks for the raid. You guys are going to get a different kind of try today if you're expecting a super hype boy. Yes, you did not miss the pod, Omega Cyrus. I did not go live for that pod yesterday. How's 0.4? I am not a fan. I have not written this down yet, but it might be in my video. I honestly would give the league a 5 out of 10. Fully carried by the Druid. I can feel everybody shouting out in heresy right now. Sork Ascendancy is cool. Not gonna lie, I'm not having as much fun as I had in 0.3. I'm not either. I liked the Val Temple during the campaign, but I got to endgame too quick, I guess. Not a 4 out of 10 for the meme of it? What, because it's 0.4? No, because I love the Druid. I'm a huge fan of the Druid. The Druid has carried the entire update for me. My league starter was just Bear Druid. Like, I've used all the Bear abilities at this point. It was so smooth in the campaign. It all flowed together well. We experimented through everything. Campaign was lit. Great time. And then I got to endgame. Guys, I'm running into so many bugs with the Druid in endgame. I'm getting caught in terrain. My Rampage, it literally started in endgame. Every single map, I'll like Rampage, and I'll start rampaging, and I'll be at like 70% rage, and then I'll stop rampaging, like in the middle of a pack, and then I'll redo the rampage animation and then go again. And I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I'm not letting go of the button. I'm not running out of rage. I just feel like it has to be a bug. And then my camera keeps getting detached from my bear during rampage. I don't know. It only started in endgame. I don't know if it's the specific tile sets I'm running, but it's pissing me off. Update is a snooze fest. I'm already bored. Yeah, the fate of the bat. It's not an exciting mechanic. Those of us who only play warrior, nothing has changed. Well, so for the people who aren't a fan of the Druid, I could see them just not returning for this update and just not being like a fan of it. Legitimately. You know? I suppose that I thought the Fate of the Val would have been a bigger thing, a more impactful thing. But it's one, you don't interact with it a bunch, and when you do interact with it, it's not rewarding and it just feels too complex. Like for the first time since, man, when have I gone online for a league mechanic? Like, I feel like I don't understand how to like get the proper rooms to up it, but is it pure random? I don't even know. Like, how do I get the rooms to upgrade the temple? Is it pure random chance? Am I like, how do I progress? I guess I just feel lost. And because you don't get to play with it a ton, right? Because you don't get to play with it constantly, you don't like create a full temple for a long time. I don't know what's gonna, so I might play for 20 hours, finally get a full temple, and then like just brick it. I don't know. I feel like I'm a little baby right now, but I'm sorry, guys. Oh, by the way, I totally didn't see Prince of Persia. Thanks for the Prime for the T1 for 15 months, man. I appreciate it, man. And Samba Kokora, thanks for the T1 too. Appreciate you guys. And I think I got a membership at the start of the stream. Thanks for the membership, bro. Who became a member? I didn't even see. Let's see. Somewhere. Oh, I can't see it. I think there was a member. Thank you for becoming a member, man. You echo most of the community. Oh boy. Well, my video is gonna be yep, I think it's gonna be my first mostly negative PoE 2 video. I can't even think of the last time I made a negative video. When's the last time I made like a leaning negative? I'm looking. Whoa, shoot. Sorry about that cough, guys. I'm still a little sick. Well, I still have a cough. I don't know. I'm scrolling through my catalog. I don't even, maybe when I quit PoE 1? I don't even know. Yikes. Oh boy. Yeah, ever since the campaign, I don't see the workbenches in the temple. I stopped seeing the workbenches in the interludes. I thought I was doing something wrong. That's an everybody thing? Also, am I not... Okay, I'm gonna I'm going to semi-crash out. Am I not going to get to see the Atziri story? I talked to a few of my friends, and they've played like 50 hours, and they have not reached Atziri. Guys, I only have time for like 80 hours. I don't want to see the, I mean, maybe this is just a me issue, but I don't want to see the Atziri story through a creator. I feel like that's total crap. Lock Uber Atziri behind 50 hours of play. Please don't lock this cool story moment. I assume it's a cool story moment. I have not looked at spoilers. Don't lock this cool fight and story moment about Atziri communing with the beast and Doriani and maybe Elva interacting with her in the past, us interacting with her, seeing the cataclysm take place behind 50 hours of gameplay, and even then it could be variable. Positivity tries not so positive. Guys, I don't fake it. When I am positive, when I am excited about something, when I love something, when I'm passionate about it, I'm real. I know it's a meme. I give you guys my unfiltered opinion. I do. This is my unfiltered opinion. This is how I feel. When I was liking 0.2, I was liking it. When I was liking 0.3 and Abyss and the blowing up of the screen, I was liking it. When I was playing the bear for 14 hours straight, I was loving it. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry for those of you who are disappointed in me, but you make Atziri harder by how many modifiers in the temple. Ziz killed her no problem, and DM tried, and he died to her with like 5 million more health than Ziz. Slow down the game. I hope this is not going core. This league is awesome. That's just the cusp. See? So should we call it toxic honesty? People can call it whatever they want. I never claimed the toxic positive label. It was thrust upon me. This league is effing awesome. I could be made a fan of the league pretty easily, but as it stands, the mechanic isn't good. Right. The mechanic is currently not good, guys. They could do some tuning on the rewards. I think they could make the temple tighter. I think they could allow you to give you some more freedom in the temple. But as it stands, I am not talking about what ifs, and I'm not saying but, I am saying what I think right now, right? And I was a little surprised last night when they made a negative change toward the temple, right? That was kind of crazy. You should still name your div card Toxic Positivity. Right. I will. What mentality is killing PoE 1? What's going on? I hope this not go core. This mentality is killing PoE 1. Everything must go core. This can easily go core, guys. As a side, here's the thing. Here's the big thing that Dead Rabbit and I were talking about yesterday. If PoE 2 was 3 years old, the foundation of the game was good, there were other league mechanics of the game, and they added the Temple of Atziri, and they of course like tune the rewards and the systems. It feels very light right now. Great side mechanic. Awesome little mini game. We are not living in that world. The only fleshed out side mechanic is Abyss. Nothing else is fleshed out. And the end game loop is not good. The campaign, in my opinion, chef's kiss. The interludes, amazing. Love that. I think the Druid is the first time I felt good with combo gameplay and putting different abilities together. Even though they were very laid out, cleanly laid out by the developers, it feels great. Love it. But the rest of the game isn't like built out. So this is supposed to be a fundamental aspect of the game. It's a huge chunk of the league. Jonathan talked about it. He said, league mechanics have to be a big draw. People interact with them. It's the headline, right? Fate of the Val. And it does not deserve to be that. Abyss did. Abyss was impactful. Abyss had a bunch of different stuff that you could do with it. It was constantly interacted with. It made you feel stronger. It made you feel good. The monsters were varied and interesting. It had a suite of bosses that you could realistically fight pretty often. This is not that. And I understand that you can't compare them one-to-one, but you gotta hang with me. Who cares? Maybe not you. Why are you watching? You're watching my stream, bro. I'm going to give my opinion. The Druid is a masterpiece, bugs aside. Totally agree. The bugs will be ironed out. The bugs suck. I see why they cooked with the Druid. It needed the cooking. It needed it, right? But the Druid is awesome. Love it. Love the bear. Love what I've played with the wolf. I haven't played with the wyvern a lot. I played with it for a few areas in Act 1. But the wolf is pretty sweet. My wife loves the wolf as well. She could not get into the bear. She could not get into the wyvern. But she immediately vibed with the wolf and said, whoa, this is pretty sick. She even said, if PoE 2 had challenge rewards, I would totally get to endgame and play with this wolf. It's super fun. We have at least 3 more mechanics like Abyss in addition to Breach, Deli, Expedition, and Reach while being raised to Abyss level for Incursion, Fate of the Veil to make sense. Right. This is PoE 2. We're talking about PoE 2 right now, not PoE 1. Abyss was nerfed, fun detected, fun deleted. I saw there was like a whole like Abyss nerf that happened last night. I didn't play. Can't believe this, but I agree with Try for the first time. Sicko 402, I salute you. Thank you for watching me if you haven't agreed with me ever. And this is the first time. Holy crap. I love when people who disagree with me watch and chat. They were stacking added rare mobs. Oh boy. Like how many? Like a ridiculous amount? Excuse me. You were watching since 2022? Wow. Shout out to Sicko402. Yes, and I made a lot of divs. Ah, okay. So there was a big farm and strat. All right. Six rares per crack? That's a large amount. Holy crap. Mod on Tablet was supposed to spawn 1 extra rare mob, was spawning 5 to 8 extra rare monsters. Hey, watching for the win, I guess? No, he likes my positivity. He just doesn't agree with me, which I respect massively. Even with upgraded T3 good rooms is super underwhelming and reward. It is. And a lot of it has to do with corruption, which... Man, I don't want to corrupt my items that solve my resistances. I feel like, okay. Even the mechanics, they kind of want you to corrupt your items. But man, that requires you to have a backup item. Do you guys see what I'm saying? Like, okay, for someone like, okay. Everything I say is prefaced with the fact that day 1 and day 2 were the most I would ever play the league. The entire 4 months. Maybe I'll have that odd day where I'm sick and my family's out going doing something and I'll sit down and I'll play a ton. But those 2 days, those first 2 days were the most I'll play. Now I'll play like an hour here, an hour there, maybe a 2-hour session there. But I'm not blasting every day, okay? So remember, that influences my perspective. A lot of the rewards of the league mechanic require you to corrupt your items and then kind of gamble your items. I don't have enough good items to do that with personally. I am SSF right now. I have not traded anything, so maybe that's why, but I usually don't corrupt my items because I'm so scared of losing the item, SSF, by the way. SSF. Well, I'm technically trade, but I have not traded anything. I've not used the currency exchange. I've not used the trade house. I haven't needed to. I've been crushing the game. So why trade if I don't need to trade? You think Jonathan will see this as a failed league and so he has to start counting from 0 again at 0.5 to get up the 3 good ones in a row? Yeah. Like I said, I do think this league mechanic was bad. I think the only W of the league so far, I mean, point out if there are others, guys, is the Druid. And the Druid still has a bunch of bugs to iron out. I'm only speaking from my experience, but the bear, because I haven't played a lot of the wolf and the wyvern, but the bear is very buggy. I've seen a lot of complaints about the wolf. I haven't watched any footage of the wolf really. And I've seen wyvern bugs. Lots of wyvern bugs getting stuck in terrain, flipping you like way in front of mobs. I watched a little bit of DM stream and I saw when he dodges, he leaves behind a massive bugged illusion that like flips out on screen. So it's buggy. It is. The plant skill is the biggest W. Maybe I should try Plant Druid, because Plant Druid, as I said with Dead Rabbit, is like, Plant Druid, I just 8-hour campaign. I cooked it on stream. I'm in. Dead Rabbit cleared the Atlas. I thought he said he was taking it chill. I was like, all right, so he's probably, you know, where I am in maps, right? He's probably in Tier 5 Waystones or something. You know, I progressed pretty rapidly. I think that's way above average, by the way. He said my run was a little above average. Bro, 12-hour campaign, way above average in my opinion. Probably half the average speed. Am I right? He's cleared the Atlas. Dude, that takes me all league to clear the Atlas, and Dead Rabbit has done it before Monday is over. I am such a casual player compared to these other creators. He said he was taking it relaxed and chill, and that takes me all league to do. If I do it. I thought it was hilarious. You cleared Axe in 7 hours? That's really good. 7 hours is insane, man. My brother did it in 24 hours. It took him, 24 hours to clear the campaign, my brother. I don't know if my dad's out of the campaign. My dad restarted Bear. He's never played like, you know, warrior type melee to endgame. He said it's the easiest campaign experience he's had. Remember, he got stuck with Flub Gun's build. He couldn't clear Jamonra with it. So my dad restarted his Bear Warrior. He's Bear Titan. I told him to check out Dreamcore's build. Dreamcore's build is ridiculously strong. And I think he's running that. I bet you can't do Axe under 10 with a Sorcerer. I bet you are right. I bet I can't do Axe under 10 hours with anything right now. All right, we're going to get on Lex in a minute here, guys. I just have to pee really quick. All right. Yeah. I got to pee. I'll be right back, guys. Going to pee, and then we're going to get Lex in here. Okay. Any other final takes before we get in, Lex? No one can do Sork in 10 hours. Maybe. Wyvern Invoker is the strongest and easiest campaign I've had as well. Very nice. Yeah, I peed really fast. Hey, Guitar Holic. I just explained why I'm not a fan of this league, and I would give it a 5 out of 10 right now. Anybody watching this live in my video that I have coming out tomorrow are going to be absolutely shocked. They're going to be like literally shocked. People are going to be like, oh my gosh, I thought this guy couldn't say a bad word about GG. Like, I imagine it. I usually don't call blow-ups, but I feel like this one might, you know, blow up. So we'll see. Because I mean, I've written out a script, kinda. 5 out of 10 is not even bad. Okay, 5 out of 10, and 4 of those points are probably the Druid. Probably the Druid and me having fun with my friends and family. That's the lowest score I've get. I was gonna say something about Dawn of the Hunt, but you know. I think 5 out of 10 is really low for me, personally. I gave last league after, 5 days in it, and I don't think I really changed it despite the performance problems. 9 out of 10. Okay. We are going to get... Will we get a pod and a separate video? Yeah, well, the pod... Yeah. So, tomorrow, I have the Jorgen pod. Today I have the Lexd pod. I'm going to plan to release the video in the morning. Give it some time in the algo. And then we'll go live for the Jorgen pod. Post that at night after my video has had enough time in the algo, right? And then the day after we have racks. So yeah. My confusion is that 0.3 is not out of 10. No arguments there. How does the league, which is effectively the same thing, plus Druid and Temple, a 5 out of 10? Because 0.3 was new. It had the campaign, it had the interludes, it had Abyss, which was awesome throughout the campaign and a very cool new mechanic. It had a bunch of balance changes and stuff added to it, like Hollow Palm Technique, which I played. It had a lot. I don't know what you mean. It's the same thing. When you play something for the first time, I mean, it's going to be better in your mind than subsequent times playing through. This league is incredibly buggy as well. I had some performance problems, like FPS problems last league and a render crash, but this league I have more performance issues and encountering way more bugs. That's why I would give it a 5 out of 10. Yeah, Jonathan coded the temple. Well, the rewards aren't there, and it's not explained properly. I'm just not smart enough to understand the temple, I guess. I'm not the target audience, and I don't think they can be putting league mechanics in this game yet that have a very, 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 very niche target audience. Okay, I've been stalling long enough. Lex is probably waiting. I feel bad. Okay. Did I try the shader cache? I did, but I have not played since doing the shader cache. I haven't had time. I went to the museum with my daughters. Okay. All right. Let's get Lex in here. I feel bad. Lex, don't hate me. Don't hate me, bro. I don't know if you're even listening, but I'm getting you in. All right. Da 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 da. Where's Lex? Where? All right. Virtual camera. Get my headset on, everybody. Headset here. All right, we'll do a little audio checky. Is tourist a bad word? No, I think it's a meme. Oh, crap. Lex is pissed at me for the delay. Okay, this is going to be a hostile podcast. Are we ready for one of the first hostile podcasts in Still Sane history? I'm ready. I'm ready for some hostility, guys. Let's do it. Let's do this hostile podcast. Where is he? He's a video call. There he is. Now.
Hey, can you hear me?
I can hear you perfectly. What's going on, man?
Amazing. Can you tell that I'm really mad by the tone of my voice?
You sound pissed, and I'm a little scared to do this now. So
here, you want me to share my screen, right? Is that how we set this up?
Typically, well, yeah, so you should be able to, so in Discord, so which camera are you like using your Ops virtual camera?
I'm not using Ops. I was wondering if I could just share my display. Does that work for you?
That might, yeah, that works.
Let's just try it.
Let's go for it. I can edit it in Ops. That's fine.
All right, here we go.
I'm just selecting our Discord.
Just let me know. Yeah. Let me see. Can you see me here?
Here.
Does this work?
One sec. I got to capture a different thing because I usually capture camera.
Okay, yep, my bad.
You go here. It says your stream has paused. Lexd has minimized their application. Sit tight.
All right, let me see.
Oh, you're good.
1 second. Let me try.
You're good.
Let's try a different display. Here, let's try this one.
Oh,
Does this work?
Yep. I see your Ops.
Hey, there we go.
I see your Ops.
Can you just pull that from there? Does that work?
Yep.
Yeah.
That is perfect, man.
I don't know why. Just Discord was reversing the image and making it really low frame rate. So I was like, I don't trust it. I don't trust it.
Holy crap, dude. This looks way smoother than anybody else. Do you have a really nice camera?
I have like an Elgato. I can't remember which model it is, but yeah, really? I mean, that's the thing. Yeah, it's running really smoothly. It had some kind of weird freeze ups before, but I like Yeah, I put all these filters in OBS, so that's why I
Yeah.
trust the OBS version the most, you know? I'm like,
Dude.
I just want this to work.
Yeah, I had an Elgato Facecam Pro, and it looked not even nearly as good as yours. So props on your
No,
settings. It looks awesome.
appreciate it.
Heck yeah.
This was back when I was, like, streaming more regularly. I was like, "I need this to look right," and I would obsess over little details like this and spend way too long looking up things, but, yeah, I mean, hey, still here.
Yo,
All
I'm
the
looking at the
settings are there.
frames. The frames are insane. It's like it's like literally perfect.
Right.
I know I'm going off on this, but like everybody else is always like like they're
Right, right,
very
right.
choppy, but yours is it's very very smooth. Here,
Yes,
let me
yes.
get our chat up on my correct monitor.
Yep.
Not putting it all the way to my left like an idiot. Nobody would put their notes on the left monitor away from the camera, would they, guys? Nobody would do
No, no
that.
way. Don't watch any of my videos, but no, that would never I would never do such a thing.
Yeah, right.
I'm
Okay.
totally not reading off a script when I stare to the left. I
No,
would
no,
never.
not at all. Not at all. Okay. All right, let's quickly do a sound check, Lex.
Sure.
Lexd, Lex, I hear Lex, what am I supposed to say? I need to know.
What do you think sounds right? What do you think?
I don't know, because if I do Lexed, like I'm saying hexed, but it's weird. I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
Is Lex good? Is Lexd, Lexed?
Lex is good. You can just do Lex, but it's so funny because I always had it in my head. I pictured it as Lex D. I actually made this screen name back when I was playing old school, like super first version of RuneScape.
Okay.
I thought it sounded cool. I was like, oh, Lex D sounds cool.
Okay.
But people started calling me Lex because they didn't put like a space in between the X or the D. So it was just
Right.
like, hey Lex. I was like, oh,
See?
sure.
See?
That actually sounds good.
Yep. See, I've heard you say Lexd. I've heard Blaze say Lext before. Then I just said,
Right.
okay, I don't know. I'll just go with Lex. And Lex looks
I
up.
would say Lex just because it saves you a
Okay.
syllable, right?
Okay.
I just say Lex is good.
All right. Good. Glad to hear.
Mhm.
Let's get a sound check. Your sound looks good on my end. Chat, can you let me know if Lex, Lex,
Check. 1,
shoot.
2, 1, 2.
Oh, you're low. Let me up you. I'll up you on my end.
A little louder, sure.
Looks better. Give me another check.
Check. 1, 2. I'm here. Lex D, Lex.
I think that's much better. I upped you
Mhm.
by about 50%. Yeah,
Cool.
about 50. Yeah, was a lot. Sounds good to you?
Alright.
Thank you, Chuckles. What's going on, Chuckles? Omega Cybers, all good? Good, that's good. Perfect. Oh, perfect. Swedish. Okay, thank you, Swedish. All right, T-Giants, man. Blah. All right, need to get my tongue twisters out of there. Ooh, goodness.
Blah, blah, blah.
All right. Yeah. Oh, we went to a children's museum this morning.
Mm-hmm.
Very fun. Huge water table, like a massive one, and there's like a tree house inside and a big slide. My daughter loves it, and we get to go to it
Yeah.
for free because we pay taxes for it. We're like in the county.
Right.
It's so
Oh, I
nice,
see.
man. Yeah. It's
Oh, that's so cool.
nice,
Wait,
yeah.
so how old are your two? Are you two kids?
3 and 1. So both
3 and 1.
girls.
Ah.
The 1-year-old can walk now. She hasn't gone here since she can walk, so she
Oh,
was able to
man, that's
explore
crazy.
everything. How old is
Yep.
yours? You only have 1, right?
Yes, we have one,
Yeah.
and she is I should know this a little more quickly. She's like 19 months, I believe. 19 months
Okay.
as of December 4th.
Oh.
So
Oh,
19
wow.
months, yeah.
Oh, congratulations. How's that been
Thank
going?
you. It's mostly amazing.
Oh, right,
Is how
right.
I'd phrase it.
No, I get that.
Yeah, she's great. She is exploring so much more. She's saying a lot of new stuff all the time. It's interesting because people say that cliche that like kids, oh, they grow up so fast, and all that stuff. But she does, but really it happens in sprints. It's like there's 1 week where she learns like 20 new words. I'm like, oh, whoa, hold on, slow down. It's like kind of scary.
Yeah, and in front of you, like when you're there, I mean, people always say that in the future, like when they're looking back, but in the moment, I mean, it does not feel fast at all. Like you take
Yeah,
things
right.
every day at a time.
Yep,
At times,
it's true.
especially with
It's so
sleep
true.
and everything, you're like, just got to
Oh,
get
man.
past these next few
Yes.
hours. I can do this. Like my wife is the same way.
Yep.
Like she's a
Mhm.
stay-at-home mom, and it's always like, oh man, when Try's gonna get off work, oh man, oh it's like a big relief every single
It's
time.
true.
So-
It's true. No, I get it. I've got elements of that in my life too, so I totally get it.
Okay. All right. Your sound is good. We can save a little
Sweet.
bit of more dad talk for the pod. We'll go for
course.
about an hour. Do you have a hard cutoff? I always ask that in case we end up yapping for a crazy amount of time.
My hard cutoff is probably around 4, so we're probably good.
We're good. All right. Awesome. Eastern, right? I presume.
Yes, Easter. Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
You got it.
All right. I will do a little countdown and then get an intro and we'll swing through the topic list. If we go off course, that's totally fine. That's what these things are all about, man. Hey.
Sounds good.
All right. 3, 2, 1. Hey, Exiles, welcome to another episode of the Still Sane podcast. I am your host, Talkative Try, and I have here with me Lexd to talk all things Path of Exile 2, 0.4, The Last of the Druids, Fate of the Vow. We are on day number 4.5 or 5, so we have our initial thoughts ready to go and share with all of you here today. Lex, let's get us started off. I want to know how far you've progressed into the game, so this entire conversation has a firm foundation for the people who are going to listen to it.
Sure.
Where are you?
So yeah, that's totally fair. So I am a little behind the curve, I'll say that much, because I've been a little busy this weekend. But I am reaching like the end of Act 4 now with the little playtimes I've had to hop on, etc. And yeah, that's where I'm at currently. Though I am fully aware of like the current end game sentiment, which is, I'm curious to get in there and figure out myself. I know what people are thinking, and I have my own thoughts about like even the campaign version of the league mechanic, etc. But yeah, currently right now I'm at the end of Act 4, and this playthrough, first time, we'll talk about this more, I'm sure, but the first time I broke the warrior mold to play a druid, I just wanted to try shield druid because last league shield wall fortifying cry was such a strong combo. I was like, this has got to work on any class. Let's just see if we can make a fun version of it on druid with like some of the animal forms or something. So yeah, that's currently how it's been going. I've been really enjoying it overall. But yeah, I think we'll see how it feels in the end game. I'm at the cusp, and I feel like my opinion might change a bit.
Okay, very nice. Hey, and sometimes, well, I'd actually argue all times, whenever something IRL comes up, it comes first. So yeah, no need to, yeah. Four acts in, that's a decent amount. I think a lot of people I've talked to are, in Act 2, Act 3, Act 4. So I think you'll relate to a lot of the people's currently experiences with the game. That's kind of an overarching opinion I've seen, because in my opinion, I didn't intentionally rush through the campaign, but I went way faster than I expected. It only took me like 12 hours. I thought I was really chilling, and I'm a little upset at myself because I think the best part of the game are the Force 4 acts and the interludes. They're so much more fun than the current endgame, and especially the league mechanic, which we can chat about in a second. So great to hear a differing opinion here. Now, before we get into 0.4, I'd love for you to give a little bit of a rundown for anybody who might be seeing you for the first time on who Lexd is as a Path of Exile 2 content creator, because you're relatively new, you're relatively smaller on the scene, and this might be the very first time a lot of people in the live chat or in the VOD are seeing you. So what's your content like? What's your specialty? Is there anything in particular?
Oh, really? You're trying to narrow it down a little bit? That's very well put. Good pitch there. I'll catch that. So basically, I play a ton of Shield Warrior. That's like mostly what I play. And that's kind of that's kind of how I approach a lot of games. I've always liked playing melee classes, a lot of warriors, and pretty much all the like RPG-esque games I've played. And I like learning everything I can about warriors and like everything I can about a certain style of play. So I play many variations of shield warrior using shield skills, learning all about like the active block mechanics, etc. I'm really focused on like game mechanics and boss mechanics and mob mechanics and stuff like that, because I have I would say most of my background is in Souls likes, but I in this narrow slice of the game of Shield Warrior, that's where like all my expertise lies. So that's like most of the content on my channel is about like Shield Warriors, shield skills, shield tech, all this different stuff. I'm a little obsessed perhaps.
So you were probably pleased with the state of Shield Wall in last patch, right? I mean,
all right, sorry, I had a little fart there. So basically, yes, because they didn't change anything. I thought for sure, I mean, you mentioned this in one of your videos recently where you're like the classic triple tap nerf that they love to do. I was like, oh, Shield Wall's like going to be number 1 or number 2 on the top of that list. But they didn't even touch it. They didn't touch it at all. So it's still such a strong combo, such a strong build to use that with Fortifying Cry. It's crazy strong. Like, all you need is a high armor shield, it's like, and that's just so much damage right off the bat with how it interacts. But so I was happy to see that. I was like, this is a reliable thing to pursue if I wanted to play Warrior. I could just do that again if I wanted.
And have you been playing since the very first patch, 0.1?
Yeah, I've been playing since 0.1. Yep.
Do you share the common sentiment that Warrior bad, GGG needs to buff it, the downsides are too tremendous? What's your whole opinion on that? And don't be afraid to give it straight. If you do disagree with the general sentiment, go in on it. I'm curious to hear from a Warrior main, because that's a very rare occasion where I talk to a Warrior main.
Listen, all right, listen. So, as I said earlier, I have like a Dark Souls like background, and all of those games are all about throwing yourself in the most challenging, unfair situations possible. So, playing Warrior, it felt kind of at home for me because I was at a disadvantage. I was like, "Oh, this feels great. How hard this is!" I was like, "This is so brutal," and I kind of liked it. And I think in that sense, I do share the sentiment because I was like, this definitely feels harder. I played like a sorceress just very briefly recently, and I was like, oh my god, this is like so much easier. Like just being at range and nuking things at range and not having to like get close to bosses. Like this is like I see why people play these ranged classes in action RPGs, but I personally just always like melee. So yeah, I mean, I guess that's my answer.
Okay, no, yeah, that makes total sense. As a Dark Souls non-enjoyer, I have tried, dude. I tried Elden Ring 4 or 5 hours, dude. I'm just like I'm bad. I'm not skilled enough.
Oh,
I
it's
threw
rough.
myself that first camp when you get out of the tutorial area, and I think it's you walk to the left, and
Hmm.
there's
Hmm.
like the dude with the spear and all that.
Yep.
Dude,
Yep.
3 hours. I'm just trying to kill, and
That
I'm so I'm like, oh,
I'm
I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go, and I couldn't do it.
I'm not trying to make you feel bad, but yeah, I think that's like the tutorial camp, and it's really brutal. I mean, it's brutal if you've never played a Souls. Like, I
I
was like, I
haven't.
kind of understood what you have to do,
I
but
haven't.
it is very brutal for anybody who doesn't play Souls. Like, I mean, so let me share you real quick my first Souls experience.
Okay.
So back in Dark Souls One, I was like still in college, and the marketing for that game was awesome because it was so brutal. They're like, oh, prepare to die. It's like you're gonna die a million times. I was like, I have been looking for a difficult game. I've been looking for this. I've been playing things. They've been feeling a little easy. Let's try it out. I got so mad, like at all the boss fights. I was like, "Why is it this difficult?" I kid you not. I got stuck on one of the earliest bosses. They're called the Twin Gargoyles. I incorporated that boss fight into my workout routine because I needed to get the anger out somehow. So I started just doing tons of push-ups between boss attempts.
No way.
I kid you not, and I got really buff, but like I did so many push-ups, and I was like, "Oh my god!" And it was so brutal, but when you finally beat that boss, when you finally beat the boss, there's like no feeling like it in on any other game. That's when I got addicted. I was like, it's just a feeling of elation, really. Like you finally beat this incredibly difficult thing. And that's when it like a light turned on my head. I was like, oh, I get it. That's what this game is about. That
Yep.
it's so brutal, and then you overcome this challenge. And it just like warped me for the rest of my gaming career. I seek those highs now, like really
Right.
brutal challenges that I can like overcome.
Yeah, you're just so elated when you eventually beat that.
Hmm.
I totally get that. See, I was never introduced to those until very late in my gaming career, so maybe that's
Hmm.
why I don't relate to them as much, and I give up quicker, I suppose.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like with I also tried Dark Souls 1 recently.
Hmm.
Last year I tried it for
Hmm.
the first time because
Hmm.
a lot of people said, "Okay, Elden Ring's not your stuff. Maybe try Dark Souls 1." That's where it all began. Dude, I'm just a bad gamer. Legit thought I think it's called the Asylum Demon. I thought you had to
Yes.
beat it with the hilt of your sword.
Oh my god, yes,
1
exactly, 'cause it
hour.
jumps.
1 hour. And then I like realized I saw there was a passage and I'm like, what was this passage? And it's with torches, and I'm like, no way, dude. There's a sword. I could not believe it. I
Yes, yes. You
oh
get your real weapon after that. You're supposed to run
yes.
away. That's so funny. They don't make that's how brutal it is. They don't make that clear. And whoever told you to try Dark Souls 1 instead of Elden Ring, shame on you, man. That's
Oh,
like Dark Souls is way clunkier and way harder, in my
really?
opinion, at least, to
Oh,
learn than Elden Ring. Yes, Elden Ring gives you so much more freedom. Dark Souls is like,
okay.
oh my god, it's so clunky, and it's Elden Ring is clearly the more polished game. So
See, so
whoever said that,
maybe it's Elden
yeah.
Ring and Baldur's Gate 3. Those are the two. Rainy day, my kids are on like vacation somewhere during the work week. I couldn't take PTO. Maybe that's when I give them a go again, because those
Mhm.
are two games that my friends have said you need to play these two. You need to give them a
They're
proper
good.
chance, but I've never invested the time available to give them that proper
You know
chance.
what? You know what?
So,
Yeah, that's what I would say. Just try to beat the Asylum Demon. Just for starters, just see what happens and how you feel after you overcome that challenge.
okay.
That's what it becomes addictive, you know?
Okay. All right. All right, I'll give it a go. That was a little
Sure.
good little interlude. Now let's fly
Yes.
back to some PoE2 discussion. So,
Yes.
returning to this current league, you are in Act 4, so you played a good chunk, and you're playing a shield variation of Druid. Could you kind of explain to everybody what you're trying to do there? I assume you have like a shield wall skill, and then what's the
Yeah.
Druid mixture you're kind of inserting into
Yeah,
this
yeah,
build?
That's a great question. So it started out unsurprisingly very weird. I was I was trying to I was basically playing Shield Warrior as the druid. I was using just bone shatter base skills, just very warrior coded. And eventually I was like, this is feeling okay, but it's not really working. It's like because Druid feels like a really good damage dealer early on, actually, but kind of doesn't feel that tanky. So to be pure melee feels not great in my opinion. And eventually, I was like, all right, I need to incorporate shapeshifting, I think, because people are saying how good it feels. So I incorporated bear form, and that just felt awesome, because before, as a shield warrior, one of the best single target DPS things you can do on a lot of bosses and just targets in general is honestly Mace Strike. If you spam Mace Strike with like rapid attacks and like rage on it or something, you build up damage really quickly. And it can, even when bosses are like heavy stunned, you just spam auto attack, you do plenty of damage. It's kind of crazy. But one thing that early on that was really nice is that the bear swipes kind of replaced that. The bear swipe DPS is better than Mace Strike DPS, and it felt really, really good. And I loved using like morphing into a bear for the single target DPS. Using the volcanoes, the bear slams, etc. All that stuff felt really good to me. I was like, okay, let's incorporate bear form into this for a little bit to help clear. And as I progressed through the game, still a little clunky, and I got to shield wall, and this is where the build kind of started coming together for me a little bit. Um, because the bear slam is like a single big slam ability that can instantly detonate your shield wall. Your shield wall just blows up with any slam skill.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah. So that's you can kind of see what's coming together is I would just put shield walls down and bear slam them, and it just does tons of damage. Like it's crazy. Even in Act 4 now, the damage has scaled up even more to I've actually done over 60% of a boss's health bar in that one combo where I just shield wall bear slam. And I was like, oh my God, I wasn't expecting that. And it has to do with all the nodes where it's like, get this much more damage when you're shapeshifted recently in an animal form, get this much crit when you've shapeshifted in animal form, all this stuff. So that's kind of where the build is now. And
Okay.
it's just like bear form, shield wall. I throw fortifying cry in there sometimes, but honestly, the bear form slam has been hitting harder than fortifying cry with the shield walls, at least currently. So that's kind of the build I've been running to kill bosses. And then I just, when I'm clearing, I obviously just use the bear form slam and maybe a little resonating here and there, etc.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember some of the first clips I saw from your channel where you just blowing up bosses with shield wall. And I was just like, this is
Yeah.
crazy. It was not on my radar at all that shield wall was this powerful. And I saw some
Mhm.
of those clips. I'm just thinking, oh my God, this is
Yeah.
this is wild that stuff like this exists and it just hasn't even
Yes.
blipped at all. Nobody's
Right.
talking about it at all. I hear
Right. Right.
warrior bad, mace bad, and meanwhile, you get a good shield and you are just popping the bosses. Now, on this, does the clear suffer a little bit on shield wall builds? Is it a little clunkier and the bosses are just really satisfying? You got to get big payoff there, or would you argue that it feels pretty good?
No,
This.
I think you're probably onto something. I think the clearing is okay. Like it's not super slow to me, but it's not like very fast because I'm using resonating shield. Right now on the druid I'm using resonating shield, and the
Okay.
new support gem called Deadly Resolve, which is actually really strong. I don't know how many people here or in chat have used it, but it's actually really good. It like deals damage based on your armor. Based on how long you've been channeling something. So when things hit you, they just die from the swipe that appears just randomly. It's really bizarre. But if you're channeling resonating shield and just standing there, it will swipe things for you if they hit you. So it's
Ooh.
kind of like a pseudo thorns a little bit. It's like really, really good. And on top of that, for fun, you can actually switch into bear form after you've channeled this for a bit, and the buff will persist, and you can sit there in bear form, and the swipes keep going as things hit you. It's like really interesting. So that part I do like, but overall, I mean, I've seen other builds where there's no mobility. Unfortunately, you got shield charge. Maybe I'll
Yeah.
throw pounce in there, but the mobility I think is where I suffer. I don't really invest too much into that, and I should. But yeah, the clear's decent, I would say. But really, the boss killing is kind of where I get the most satisfaction.
Right.
So that's where a lot of the build is like specialized for.
That new support sounds really compelling potentially with Rampage on the bear, because that's a channeling ability too. You get a crap
Mhm.
load of armor in bear form. I don't know if it works with Rampage, but
True.
when you were talking about that, I'm just thinking, oh my gosh, you have tons of armor, you're channeling, and while you're slamming, you're also swiping out. That would be kind of cool. I don't know if
That
it.
definitely try it. Yeah, that
Yeah,
sounds like it could be good.
I might have to take a look at it. That's super
Yeah.
cool. You also mentioned that you've tried Sorceress in the past. Is trying something outside the bounds of shields, warriors, is that outside of the scope of what you enjoy or that you want to focus on in your channel? Because obviously they added a bunch of new stuff too with this update, with like the wolf form and stuff like that. Has any of that
Yes.
potentially wanted to draw you away, or you are? on the warrior
That's
style.
yeah, no, I get you. That's a good question. I'm just so like melee slash warrior coded, so not really. I just really like, and this kind of took, this is how I approached Path of Exile 2 in general.
Yeah.
But when I'm not like the most well versed in all action RPGs. I've played like the big ones like Diablo 2 through 4. I played actually the first Path of Exile way back in the day, back when like Dominus was the last boss, who I think was the Act 3 boss. So I was
Yeah.
playing way back.
Right.
Yeah, and that's like the majority of my ARPG experience. Um, oh shoot, where was I going with this? What was the original question? Sorry, I just lost my train of thought.
Oh, all good. Like, are you honing in on warrior,
Oh,
only warrior? Do you
that's
want
right.
to experiment at all outside the
That's
bounds
right.
of that? Yeah.
So I was thinking about all those experiences and all
Yeah.
those action RPGs, and what stood out to me is like, what is the most frustrating thing in these games? It's getting one shot towards the end game. I feel like most of the time you're just getting obliterated very quickly. And I was like, I think I'm going to play tankier this time around. Damage has never been an issue. It's always me getting one shot. So let me try. I'm going to slap a shield on and just make it work. I'm going to play a tanky boy this time around. And that's kind of where it all started. I was like, oh, this actually feels good. You can actually play with a shield, invest in a lot of defenses, but still do a lot of damage playing this game. And I really
Yeah.
enjoyed that style of play. I like that they give you that option to like, hey, you can just invest in your shield, and your shield is the thing that's going to do the
Yeah.
majority of your damage while also protecting you. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
It'll be really sick to see that expanded too as they bring in stuff like the Templar. I know that's probably going to be a
Oh,
shield
yep.
focus with
Yep.
their flails and all that. So I think the future for shield and sword and board is pretty bright in PoE 2, especially if you already
Absolutely.
like the current repertoire of stuff you can do with maces.
Hmm.
Now, I want to talk a little bit about 0.4, and I know you haven't experienced a ton of Fate of the Val. Up to Act 4 so far, what are your thoughts on Fate of the Val? Not colored by anything you may have heard me chatting about before this pod. What do you
Sure.
think about it so far?
Well, I'll tell you. So I like to maintain an objective opinion also, but like it does unfortunately match up with a lot of what people said. So I'll tell you what I think. Druid is awesome. I really like how Druid feels. The shapeshifting feels very good, aside for like a few kind of annoying bugs. Yeah, there's a few bugs that kind of stand out to me, but there's that. So Druid feels really good. That's like the best part of this patch so far. Um, the league mechanic through the campaign has felt really good too, actually. You get I think this is the best geared I've ever been through the campaign, because you get all these options and you're like, hey, this is not just an exalted orb, this is a bench you need to use now. And I was like, okay, I'll just use it and just upgrade my gear. So that was kind of fun. um but at the same time, that it's a little buggy. That whole thing is just strange to me, because it's like they're not enough checkpoints, first off, which I thought was a little strange. I'm like, why aren't there more checkpoints around here? They recently, I don't know if this can't be intentional, but you can't portal out of the temple anymore. It's like, why did that happen? I would just be able to leave, and it saves me time. I don't know why that happened. So I don't think that's intentional. I hope they fix that. Um, yeah, and the blocks themselves, the temple blocks themselves aren't super intuitive to me. I'm like, I have these pathing nodes, these pathing blocks that I can't even place down because it just doesn't make sense to put them anywhere. And it's not super clear to me. I don't hate the mechanic, but it is very even through the campaign, as much as I'm enjoying it, it just feels a little clunky to me.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it throughout the campaign. It felt simple enough, and like you said, it was helping me upgrade my gear. Best geared I've ever felt. It was also probably the smoothest campaign that I've ran through. Maybe some of
For
that
sure.
can be attributed to the bear and that being strong, but my gear was also quite powerful. I was exalting. I was max qualitying. That's not a word.
Yes.
Whatever, we'll make it up. It's like
I
burninating.
understand.
I was qualitying my gear. It was like 16 to 20%. It was awesome.
Hmm.
Lots of damage. And then personally, when I hit the end of the campaign into maps, you stopped interacting with it nearly as much. I feel like when you're placing the blocks and when you go in, you don't get your rewards, the rewards that were kind of pitched. It's big, like you said. It's hard to traverse. You're not getting anything, and everything, like you said, it does not feel intuitive. I might just be dumb, but it's too complicated for me. And I know if it's too complicated for me, it's too complicated for a lot of other players. It's one of those mechanics where and I don't do this in games. I was thinking, man, do I want to like look at, like, am I messing up this badly because I'm not getting anything? Do I need to do a YouTube like Fate of the Val Temple guide? I
Right.
literally think this, and I never think like that. But I'm in my
Yeah.
head, I'm like, there's no way this is intended, right?
Hmm.
Because that was one of the big worries, that it was going to be a lootless mechanic and everything was going to be
Right.
baked into the crafting. But even the crafting, I'm not getting a lot of presently. So I've been
Right.
thoroughly
Right.
unimpressed with it, unfortunately. And I agree with you. The
Hmm.
Druid, despite bugs, that's part of the patch by
Oh yeah.
far. Big W. I'm glad it's finally in the game.
Yes.
Hope those bugs will get ironed out. But this Fate of the Val mechanic has been an L, and the performance. I got to ask you about that too. How has your performance been? Mine's worse than 0.3. FPS improvements, but I'm getting crashes. I'm getting like tons of bugs. I'm
Yeah.
freezing up my screen. This
Yep.
did not happen in 01, 02, or 03 for that matter. Is that the
Yes.
same for you?
That's
Or
that. Yeah, exactly the same story. I am the FPS is better. I'm crashing randomly. I'm getting crashes a lot of times when I like interact with things or I start like a chest event or something on a map or on a like a campaign map, etc. Yeah, that's been crashing for me. And the rendering issues too. I don't know if they fixed those, but in the Val Temple, I could just see through the ground in some areas. I'm like, that is what's down there? You know,
theory or
right?
dungeon?
The shortcut, right?
Yes, exactly. Yep. Okay. So, man, I'm. What do you think about the whole building out this? Obviously, some people are saying it's not a lot of work in. I think they put a lot of work into this league, but it's just fell completely flat. What do you think about focusing on adding new leagues like this, like mini game leagues, versus purely foundational content, either leagues or just another act to the campaign, or getting that end
Right.
game like built out with more breach bosses? And what do you think the reasoning is there, and do you agree or disagree with it, with what they're doing?
Well, yeah, that's a good question. I think even Dead Rabbit expressed this in the last pod that you
Yeah,
did. But it's like I think Jonathan said that you need to have a league mechanic to bring players back or
he
something.
did.
I'm like, you know, yeah, I don't know if that's true because if you were to announce 0.4 as being like, hey, we have a totally new end game. We're delivering on our promise. Everything's changed, etc. They list off all these crazy changes. That would feel as refreshing as a new league mechanic. I'd be like, oh my God, I need to get to the end game. I'd want to play that. That would bring players back, in my opinion, at least. So yeah, again, being in early access, you can hype up different updates. It doesn't have to be a league mechanic, brand new end game, brand new acts, etc. And it will bring people back. You don't need the new league mechanic. It's fine. Like the league mechanic, I'm still enjoying well enough. But yeah, I agree with the sentiment that like you guys can just focus on these different aspects and still hype it up, and it'll still bring people back. So yeah, I would have preferred if they did spend more time on the end game and deliver it. But at the same time, I'm not a game dev, and I don't know what they have in the books. So maybe it's just growing. In scope, it is growing, and it's going to be even more amazing. So I'm just going to wait for it.
Yeah, yeah. It's a huge I think they really love delivering a bunch of buried content, and they pride themselves
True.
in inserting non-ARPG, non-combat-y stuff into the game, like this little mini game. And I think that especially Jonathan, who was like, hey, I coded this myself. Hey, I based it on Looper Hero or Loop Hero,
Right.
whatever.
Right.
They like to gamify PoE, and they've done this for years very successfully in PoE 1. I just think that as I ponder over it more and more, because I took a day off from streaming yesterday to really think about it. So weird taking a day off to think about my thoughts on a video game. My God. but it's like if the game had a better foundation, if it was more built out, I think this would have been pretty well received. But that's not the
Mhm.
case, and people are kind of bored with the loop. They're not impressed with this, and there's not other stuff to do. And that's why there's a lot of upset on the temple. I do think
Mhm.
that there is salvaging available here. I think if they, honestly, decrease the size of the temple, make rooms more rewarding, make base loot in the temple better, stuff like that, I think that
Right.
it's salvageable. But as it stands right now, I just don't think it's fun. And
Yeah.
as a lover of the game, as someone who has basically always said,
Clearly.
yeah, I love it.
Toxic positive try, I've
I've had
heard.
a ton of fun. I am legit not having fun in the end game with that Fate of the Val mechanic. It's the
Yeah.
Druid that's holding up this entire patch for me, man, which is it's a crazy place to be in. I've not been in this. We've been a year of early access, man. I've not felt like
Yeah.
that truly. 4 days into the league. 4 days, man. I'm saying that's
Yeah,
crazy.
I know that's
You know?
pretty early, and that's rough to
Right.
feel that way so early on. And
Right.
yeah, man, from what I've read, I'm not in the end game yet, but
Right.
I'm
I know.
sure
I'm
I
sorry.
will come across it. No, it's fine. But I'm sure I will come across the same feeling where it's like you want to optimize a bit in this genre of game, right? So
Mm,
if you're going through the temple and the loot's not worth it, you're spending all this time for loot that just isn't worth it. It's like, why would I do this? I'll
yeah.
just run like a juiced map or something.
Yeah. Okay. So flashing back a little bit from 0.4, now that we've given it a thorough take, how has your opinion on the game overall evolved from 0.1 to now? I know we're revisiting the past here, but I've not talked to you one on one before. People watching may not
True.
have heard you talk. What has your opinion been of like 0.2, 0.3? Like, have you always been fundamentally enjoying the game? Has anything major stood out to you that might clash with the general community sentiment?
That's a good question. I mean, overall, so I probably am biased at this point because I really like the game, and it does have its ups and downs. I think 0.3 is probably my favorite the game has felt.
You
Like
know?
that felt really good. Abyss, etc. Yeah, that was awesome. I really like that league mechanic, and they did a great job with that. It all felt really good and fleshed out, etc. It was great. I really like 0.3. 0.2 was Dawn of the Hunt, I think. And I
Yep.
remember that being, it was fine. It was fine. I think wisps were kind of whatever. And it was just it was all right. But again, I didn't hate it. So it's kind of been like up and down. I never
Yeah.
really hated the game. I never have not enjoyed myself, but overall I've really enjoyed it. And you know, at the same, it doesn't have to be hitter after hitter. Sometimes it's going to be kind of a mid league, maybe.
Yeah.
It's okay to be like whatever. We're focusing on other stuff. So we're just simmering a little bit before a big flare up in 0.5, which is okay by me, but there is, still clearly some stuff to be addressed. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's kind of how I feel. I would say overall, I really like the game. It's been up and down, but I've never like disliked it.
Right. And you've played a good set of other ARPGs, right? Is that alongside Souls-like games? Is that kind of your genre of choice when it comes time to sit down and play
Oh
games?
man. I hop around a lot.
Oh, okay.
Souls like is probably my favorite, but I've played like all sorts of stuff. I played there's a period in my life where I was playing a ton of Hearthstone and like card games. I played Hearthstone and Gwent and Marvel Snap even. Yeah, I hop around a lot, I would say. But if I had to choose two, it's probably Souls like and action RPGs. Some I used to play some shooters, but eventually I feel like mortality's catching up with me, and my reaction time isn't very good in those games anymore. So
Yeah.
I kind of stray away from shooters. I was playing a ton of Dark and Darker. I don't know if you ever played any of the extraction shooter genre, but Dark and Darker was like a fantasy version of that. And for all the crap that people give GGG, that is an example of a dev team that is not good. That is very incompetent. I don't want to talk too much crap about, 'em, but that
Yeah.
is like the slowest sinking ship I've ever seen in any game community I was involved with. I actually used to make content on Dark and Darker,
Okay.
and it was a fun game, and that's where I was kind of first experimenting with like more serious content creation. But oh my god, I can't fake it. Like I can't fake enthusiasm. So if I'm not enjoying the game, I'm not going to play it. And I
Yep.
eventually just made a goodbye video. Essentially, I was like, hey, I'm going to take a break because I think they're doing a bad job.
What happened with that game? Why were they sinking? Was it like microtransactions, game design, just overall bad
That's a
decisions?
It's like it's a mix of like, well, so here's, yeah, GGG. They will listen to community feedback and make adjustments, etc. And they will
Yep.
also stick to their guns and kind of let the community simmer with something for a bit and then be like, oh, okay, this is not as bad as we thought it was, etc. Dark and Darker, those devs would implement so many bizarre changes, and it was like sometimes the community outcry would be so bad they'd be like, okay, we reverted this change. It's like, okay, good, but they would do this like every patch. So it was like literally like a step forward and two steps back every patch. They would like, there's a meme in that community where there's a barbarian class and they have this like passive talent that gives them a little bit of damage. It was like 3 to axes or something like that. They change it in a patch, it's like 5 to axes, and then next patch back down to 3 to axes, 3 extra damage. Next patch, back up to 5 damage. They literally kept flip flopping on this number, and people are like, why are you doing this? You don't just leave it at 3. You don't need to keep buffing it. It's too strong when it's at 5. Like, why do they keep experimenting with this? And yeah, it's just, I feel like they were a little too quick to pull the trigger on community. Like when
They were
people would,
indecisive, like they didn't have that.
yeah,
I know it's a meme, but the vision. They didn't have a clear
yeah,
vision for their game,
yes,
and right,
that
yeah,
as much of a meme as that is totally accurate. The lead guy there does not have a very clear vision for what the game is, or he does, and he's being so stubborn about it that he's like just implementing all these changes to try and fit it, and then reverting the ones that people are angry about. It's like very strange. It's just so
Okay.
directionless, is how I describe it.
Okay. And you mentioned you got your start doing dark and darker content. Why did you start making videos? Is there any specific reason? Just for the heck of it? You wanted to side hustle? What was going on?
Just for fun. Like if I'm really enjoying a game, and I want to like, if I'm, it's either like for entertainment or if I want to like teach people about it. Cause again, as I talked about earlier, I like to take these deep dives into games and learn everything I can about how I play, or, if it's a card game, a certain deck, and I like to instruct people on how to play it, perhaps if they're interested in making a guide, or if something super memey happens, I want to make a video on that too.
Yeah.
So that's kind of, if it's, and it has to be a game that I'm digging. If I'm passionate about the game, that's when I start making content on it. And
Okay.
yeah, I mean, I think that started actually way back. The first video I ever made was a World of Warcraft video back
Oh
in the Burning
boy.
Crusade. Yeah, the Burning Crusade, when that first came out, I found a hilarious bug with one of the warrior abilities in that game, and that was the first time I attempted to upload a video. I got it on YouTube. I used Fraps, and the frame rate was terrible, and it was super. It looked like a moving JPEG. It was so bad.
Yeah.
but but I had Scatman playing in the background while this was happening. It was so ridiculous. But that was the first video I ever made. I don't know if it's still out there, but
Hey.
yeah, that's a game I played a ton. I just wanted to make a video on it because I thought it was funny. And then I was like, oh, this is kind of fun making videos. And I kind of
Yeah.
returned to it periodically. But yeah, I mean, Path of Exile 2, most recently, I really love the game. So I've been making content on it.
Are you kind of like me, where this is something you do on the side? You have like another job and everything too. Yeah.
Yep. Yep, that's right. Yeah, that's
Nice.
exactly right. I have like a full-time job that I'm doing, and I have obviously have a family, so
Yep.
that takes up a lot of my time. And then I'm sure you can relate, but after the kiddo goes down, I'm like, okay, time to play, time to record, time to video edit, and I'm probably staying up way later than I should, and then rinse and repeat.
100%. It's early in the morning or very, very, very late at night after my
Yes.
wife is
Yep.
like passed out or reading or something, and both my kids hopefully are asleep. How do you
Yeah.
juggle it? Is it just nighttime stuff, or like are you able to sometimes, like for this weekend, did you play launch day,
Okay.
or were
Yeah.
like, hey, could I play
Yes,
a little
yes,
bit
yes.
extra today?
Well, I have just a random question for you.
Yeah.
You said that you will often work on videos, etc., late at night after your wife has gone to sleep.
Yeah.
Do you like have to sneak into the bedroom and be extra quiet so that you don't wake her up or anything when it's
It's
time for you to go to sleep?
it's her, but it's mostly my 18-month-old who still is in the crib
Yes.
next to us.
Mhm.
She's the one that's a light sleeper,
Yep.
man. I have to
Mhm.
be
Mhm.
like a ghost slipping into bed, because if
Yes.
I
Yes.
squeak on like a floorboard, or if I bump like, into a bookshelf, or if I plug in my phone and I don't muffle the ding sound, oh my, it's over, and it's bad.
Exactly.
So yeah,
It's so
I do
funny.
have to
I'm
do that.
so aware of like the ground, like of my bedroom and where the creaky parts are. So I have to like play like it's a minefield at night and make sure I step at the right corners. I should just mark the ground, honestly,
Truly,
because
truly.
I went through the same thing. Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's wild. But yeah, for me, I mean, wait, sorry, there was a question before that. What was the question? My brain
Is
is
it
a
is
little
it
scattered.
mostly just at nighttime? Are you able to like
Mhm.
say, do you like say, oh, I'm gonna step away, I'm gonna play for a little bit, or is it mostly at nighttime for you? Because I used to say like, hey, sweetie, could I play like an hour while they're awake and stuff? But
Mhm.
I don't do that anymore usually. League launches are the only exception, but now it's just all at nighttime. It's all like, because I feel like I want to be there, with them
Yes,
doing
it's
stuff.
fair.
I've
Totally fair.
especially
Feel
felt
that
that
too.
more like the past like 4 or 5 months. I feel like the past few days, right? I took off to stream mostly, and my wife, and it was like a really innocent, like offhand comment. It was like, oh, it's really, it sucks that you have to take PTO from your job and then you're gone half the day streaming and doing like another
Mhm.
job. And it hit me like really hard. And then there was like a really nice moment at church, and I thought, man, you're so right. What am I doing? Like, I should not be spending half the time. So we scheduled a bunch of stuff that we can do together instead. And I was like, minimal time streaming, minimal time like while they're awake this week,
Yes.
especially. Do you feel that way as well? Like, something that used to be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna sneak away, I'm gonna play for a little bit, but now 3 years in, I don't do that anymore. Very
Right,
rarely.
right. Well, Yeah, I just want to comment on that real quick. That's like a very adult thing to do and what you should do. I feel like a lot of people, well, no, people will often, I've heard the sentiment before where they're like, oh man, once you have kids, you have no free time. It's all over. Your dreams are dead, etc. I've heard this over and over again. I just want to say that, like, that's not true. Like, when they're a newborn, they nap all the time. And that's when you have your free time. When they're napping, they nap all the time. You get a lot of time in there. You have to talk to your partner, arrange times, just communicate and create a schedule,
Yeah.
perhaps, etc. Things like that. Just be really transparent about it. That's totally what you do. So, kudos to you. That's the right thing to do. I
Yeah.
really like hearing that. But for me, as you were asking, yes, it's mostly at night these days. She does take a midday nap around like 2-ish, so she's probably down now,
Wow.
or maybe around 3. It kind of depends, but
Yeah.
usually that's when I try to hop on for a bit. It's usually when she's napping that I get a little extra time in. And yeah, that's where it is. It's usually that midday nap and at night. If I get up early enough, which pretty much never happens, very rarely, once in a blue moon, I will hop on maybe for a little bit, but it's mostly just at night.
Did you ever, as a dad, did you ever play with her like in a wrap? Playing games, because that was something like where you could wrap her around while she's sleeping. You could like have her here while playing, because that's something people said. Yeah, you can just play video games while she's taking a nap, and if she doesn't go down in her crib, you can just put her in a wrap and then you can just play. I never was able to do that. I'm curious if other people.
For me,
Oh,
she would actually nap on top of me, like downstairs, and I would play a console game when she was right on top of me. I would
ah,
keep the sound all the way down, but I'd play like games. I'd play like an Elden Ring, like I think the Elden Ring
yeah,
DLC or something like that, and I
okay.
just I just play, just for fun. And she was chilling. I was like, this is good. This is good.
Okay, you
Or
said
actually, no, I was actually playing Path of Exile a little bit too, I think, on the
really on
console. If my
console?
timeline matches up, because I was like, I need to get more experience on the Shield Warrior, so I'd like use that time while she was napping on top of me to just test out some different stuff on
There
the
you go.
console version of the
Yeah, there you
game.
go. There you go.
Yeah.
How does the console version play? I've not like how does controller play, I guess. Do you think it plays pretty smoothly, or prefer mouse and keyboard WSD?
I Yeah, I definitely prefer mouse and keyboard,
Okay.
but the controller does feel good. Like it feels really good. I just like the performance. It's ironic, but the performance better on the PC.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
because like visually, it kind of looks a little weird sometimes on the console. I haven't played it recently, to be fair, on the console, but yeah, I prefer PC. But it feels pretty good on the console. Is how I chalk it up.
Okay, quickly back to kids. You said your daughter's 19 months. My oldest is
Mhm.
3. When do you plan on introducing her to games? Do you have any plan? Have you thought about this at all? Is it something you're gonna wait a while to do? Because I'm at 3 and I'm contemplating. Do I try Mario? Do like
Mhm.
we could play Mario Party together? I bet she could probably get that. Or do I
Yeah,
wait?
yeah.
I don't know, because once it happens, I mean, maybe all floodgates are just gone, and maybe she's just in, addicted, loving. Dad, I want to play Mario. Dad, I want to play this game. Let's
Right.
play Zelda.
Right.
I don't know if I should wait until she's older, because she's really not interested. Like, she'll watch movies, but she's not interested. We don't do iPads or anything with her, so she's not interested in like virtual stuff yet. She really likes playing with her
Right.
toys. She likes going outside. She likes reading, and I don't know if I would be making a mistake introducing her to games early, because I was introduced to games really early by my parents. I turned out okay, but I definitely like video games more than other things for the
Right.
most
Right.
part.
Yeah, yeah. I would say we in my head, like we try to keep her away from screens as much as possible. And even
Yeah.
these days, I show her like sometimes some stuff on the phone. Like I'll show her a picture of herself, or we'll video chat with my parents. But just
Yep.
seeing how
Yep.
attached she gets at that age to a screen, I'm like, okay, we can't do too much of this. I'm gonna keep this away as much as possible because it's not good, I don't think, to have your kids look at too many screens, especially up close
Preach.
at their face. They should be like interacting with the world, etc. So as much of a gamer and as much as I like to stare at screens, I keep her pretty much away from them.
Yeah.
But I think that at around age 5, from what I understand, I'd probably start introducing her. I mean, I'm gonna start off with Dark Souls, like straight up. If she can make it through that,
Hey.
I
Yeah.
think she's gonna be set for life.
There you go. There you
But
go.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. She'd probably be turned off to video games forever. But
Hey, my first
um,
game was like Baldur's Gate 1. When I was,
oh, there you
yeah,
go.
like
That's
I
pretty.
would
That's
read through the
pretty intricate.
dialogue when I was a little kid with my dad. So
Interesting. My first game
that I remember.
was Donkey Kong Country on the Super Nintendo, and that
Oh,
was like that was such a mind blowing experience, man. Like I remember my dad, who probably regrets it, honestly. I mean, he's probably fine with it now, but he bought this Super Nintendo with Donkey Kong Country one Christmas, and I was just so amazed by it. It was
yeah.
just like, oh man, that I will never forget that game. That was just like the soundtrack was amazing. The visuals for the time I thought was really cool. Had a really cool art style. Yeah, just a great game.
Were
Oh,
you
and just as a quick aside, I wanted to say real quick, it's just funny. I remember, I don't think this is a popular sentiment anymore, but people have said like they question whether or not video games are art and stuff like that. And I always think about that game as an example because I from that moment when I was that young, I thought video games were art because I was like, I mean, look at this game. So you have Donkey Kong Country, right? Just take away the game portion, take away everything except for the soundtrack. What is the soundtrack? Everybody agrees music is art. So that alone is pretty good music, I would say. That's art right there. So you're telling me that adding on the video game portion and the visuals makes that not art? I never bought that argument. And that game, that's why I think that game was so mind blowing to me. I was like, this is a new form of art. And I got
Yeah.
really like sucked into it.
They're one of the coolest forms of art because they combine all other forms of art together in an interactive
Mhm.
experience. That is a crazy argument. I actually have heard that said offhand. I didn't know it was like a popular, like people believe this because it's like music.
Yeah.
It's audio, it's visual. Then you get to interact as well. I mean, I don't know if you played Clear Obscure, but that is
I've heard
masterpiece
all
level
about it.
art.
Heard all
Heard
about
all
it.
about it?
Yes.
Oh
Yes.
my gosh, dude, it's so
It's
good.
on the list. It's on those.
Oh.
I have played a game that people say it reminds them of, which is Lost Odyssey. This is kind of like an obscure,
Okay.
like JRPG for
Okay.
the Xbox 360, which
Okay.
it's also very beautiful. But I mean, this game swept all the awards. So I'm like, this is
Hey,
on the list. I will play it.
it's art, man. But the
Yes, I
soundtrack
believe it.
will, I don't know
Yeah.
how long I'll be playing it, but it's gonna be a while. I'm still playing.
Yes,
Hey,
for
I
sure.
completed it in May. We're 7 months out, say 8 months out from May. I'm still playing it. I'm still playing it every single day on stream, in private. My daughter knows the lyrics to Lumiere.
That's
Which is
great.
just hilarious. She doesn't know, has no clue what she's saying, but she sings bum ba dee da. It's like it's the
That's all you
funniest
need.
stuff.
That's all you need, man. She
Yeah.
knows the melody. It's good. It's
Yes,
good.
she does. Yeah, it's very catchy. So highly recommend that.
For sure.
I wanted to ask earlier, did you play the new Donkey Kong game, the Donkey Kong Bonanza on the Switch? Or yeah, the
No,
Switch?
I have not.
No?
I've heard
Okay.
good things. The
Okay.
most recent one I did play though was Tropical Freeze, which I think was
Hmm.
on the Switch. I think, or it might have been like the console before that. But I played Tropical Freeze because I heard. I mean, it's funny that I was talking about music, but they brought back the original music composer for that game. I was like, oh man, I gotta play this one because I
Ah,
love the music so
always
much. And
good.
I played it. It's
Yeah.
awesome, really good platformer, really difficult platformer actually. So I really like
Yeah.
that. Yeah, that was the last one I played. Really good game. I don't think I've seen like a bad Donkey Kong game. So I'm
Yeah.
a big fan.
Okay, so Lex, bookending this discussion, we just took a wonderful dad gamer aside. I hope some of you guys enjoyed that, dad gamers out there. I always ask first time guests on the pod a very specific question. And now that I'm thinking about it, I didn't ask Dead Rabbit yesterday. RIP Dead Rabbit. But it's related to Path of Exile too. It's you
Sure.
putting on the game developer hat. You're Jonathan, you're Mark, you're the new leader of GGG, and you have the entire design team
Oh
behind
boy.
you. What
Sure.
do you add to PoE 2? It can be something as little as I don't know, a monster, or as large as a Fate of the Val, but good sized league mechanic. What would you do?
Interesting. So for me, and this kind of relates to the end game stuff, but for me, again, being like a souls brain coded person, I really like bosses. I would love more pinnacle bosses to try and conquer, because right now, the way I progress through the game, I get to the end game, I start progressing and doing like the tier 4, tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 versions of each like end game event. And then once I hit tier 4 arbiter and beat arbiter, that's I'm like, okay, I think I feel like this character's done. That and like the simulacrum. Once I hit those two things, I'm like, okay, I'm good. It can conquer everything that's in the game, and it doesn't take that long for me to get there a lot of the time. So I'm like, even like as a more casual player, so I'm like, I
Right.
want more pinnacle bosses, something a little more pinnacle bosses to pursue, more of that stuff in the end game. I love fighting bosses. I love boss mechanics, etc. I don't know if there's a hot take, but I actually really like the Arbiter of Ash fight because the music is
Oh,
so wild. The mechanics are kind of cheap at first, but once you learn them, you know how to avoid them. That's very classic. Like again, that's a very Souls-like thing. You learn all the boss mechanics, even the cheap ones that kill you immediately, and eventually you can conquer them. And it's like, yeah, I get satisfaction out of that again. So for me, it would be just more pinnacle bosses to pursue. Yeah, that's how I'd put it.
I can agree with you on that. Nazgul boss win, probably in 0.5. We'll get that guy
Yeah,
that flies away
right,
after taking the
exactly.
seed. Now,
Yep.
here's in addition to that question, if you could take a boss from the Souls universe or Elden Ring and drop it into PoE 2, kind of what boss would you choose? What's your favorite boss in those? in that
Oh
world?
man,
Do you
there's
have one?
no way I can choose one.
Oh,
There's no way I
okay,
could
one
choose
that
one.
you
That's
like.
crazy. That's a
Okay.
crazy
All right,
one.
come on. It doesn't have to be your favorite, but like, what's one that always stood out to you as either really difficult or just entertainingly fun? I know you mentioned the Gargoyle Demons were your first like big stopper. They got you ripped when you were younger. So, any others that stand out?
Yeah, that's an interesting one. I'm trying to think of like which ones would be coolest for like
Yeah.
an action RPG.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking like honestly, what comes to mind in Elden Ring is probably oh, what's his name? Oh, shoot, I should know it for being
Fire
so
Giant,
addicted to these games.
Millennia.
Fire
I don't know.
Giant, yeah,
I'm
right.
just naming names
That's
I
so funny.
know.
Those are good ones. Those are good ones. It's the guy. It starts with an R. He's like a big serpent, like a huge serpent guy, who like is. It starts with an R. I can't remember exactly what his name is. I
Radon?
don't think it's
No, that's not a serpent.
no,
Isn't he
no.
a
He's like the big serpent dude. Starts with an R.
Oh,
I
I'm
can't. I want to
looking.
say Riker, but I don't think it's Riker.
No way, it's Riker.
Huge.
Ricard? Ricard?
Ricard. That's who it is.
Ricard.
Yes,
There you go.
Riker.
Thanks,
Ricard.
chat.
Yes, that's who it is.
Okay. Giant serpent? Like a
Yeah,
dragon? Or like
yeah.
a serpent?
He's like a huge serpent, and then he turns into he's still a serpent, but then there's a face on the underside of the serpent's neck, and that's the real boss. It's like really crazy. He's massive.
Oh.
He's huge, takes up a big it's like a huge arena, and he's a huge boss, and that would strike me as like a very epic kind of fight in
Okay.
in an action RPG.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
I like the giant-sized bosses that we get to fight.
yes.
What's the biggest one in PoE2? Is it Krutog the giant? Is there I guess Torgal is pretty big too. But yeah, like an arena-sized boss would be kind of sick. That you're like hitting
Yes,
different parts of the body. I have a feeling they're
exactly.
gonna go that way in Act 5 or Act 6. Like one of those bosses just gonna be blowing out anything we've seen before. That's
Hmm,
my
hmm.
expectation, especially
Oh,
for
interesting, interesting.
Act 6. Everything I've heard, it's supposed to be boss, like almost like a boss gauntlet. Like you just race from boss to boss. It's gonna be crazy, fast paced. So that's all I'm almost
Right.
expecting an Elden Ring godly sized creatures to
A
fight at the
boss
end.
rush. Interesting.
Yeah.
That'd be more like Black Myth Wukong because
Right.
that
Yep.
game,
Was that a
yeah,
fun game
that's
too? I've heard good things about that game. You like
oh,
that?
so
Yeah.
good.
Good.
It was a little bit buggy, I think, at times, but overall,
Oh,
that was
okay.
like my favorite game of that year. And I criminally, it was not given Game of the Year. I thought it should have
Snuffed.
won that, but yeah, truly, honestly, but it was so good. This is how good that game is. That game got me to read again. I actually bought the book it was based off of,
Oh,
which is called
nice.
Journey to the West. And it's a really good book. And that game, I don't think I've ever seen a game take a source material and integrate the interesting stuff in that source material into actual game mechanics. Like
Yeah.
uh, the Monkey King in that book can transform into all sorts of stuff, and there's tons of transformations of the game. You transform into other characters, you transform into objects, etc. Really well done. Yeah, that game was awesome. The only thing I have that was I wish they put in that game is that you're not playing as the actual Monkey King himself. And in the book, the Monkey King is like a notorious shit talker. He is always talking crap to his opponents, like as they're fighting. I kind of wish there was some of that in the game. You
Yeah.
get it in the beginning a little bit, but yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, Lexd, thank you so much for the chat. Was there anything else you wanted to touch on, PoE2 related or otherwise, man?
No, man, we covered a lot of it. I think we
Excellent.
hit the good marks. I think Path of Exile 2 overall, despite this league maybe being a little bit of a weaker one, is still like an awesome game. It's one of my favorites for sure. And I'm really excited to see what's coming in 0.5. I know that's probably also a popular sentiment, but
Yeah.
clearly, it's just they've got something cooking. I really want to see what the new end game looks like because I don't hate the end game, but it is definitely probably the weakest part for me. So
Yeah, I'm in total agreement, man. Thank you so much for coming on the pod. I really appreciate it. Everybody in the live chat, everybody watching the bot, I will have Lexd's information in the description below. Make sure you go check out his YouTube channel, subscribe to it, check out his Twitch, like this video as well. And if you're this far and not subscribed to my channel, what are you doing? Subscribe to the channel and make sure to share this video with one of your friends, you guys. Thank you
criminal,
so much for
criminal.
watching. Lexd, thank you so much for hopping on. I really appreciate it.
All
Have a
right,
good
man.
one, everybody. Happy 0.4.
Be easy.
Lex, thanks so much, man. That was phenomenal. I loved it.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I hope you enjoyed that. That was good. That was good. Again, it was fun bonding. I don't feel like I have a lot of friends that have kids yet, so hearing
Dude, I don't
hearing some
either.
of my stuff, it like kind of validated, be like, oh my god, somebody else is going through a similar thing to me.
Well, I'm,
It's
I'm
like
the same
nice
way,
to hear.
dude. Nobody from high school that I know or college has kids. I'm the only
Right.
one. And only Oh crap! No, no longer working there. None of my coworkers my age have kids either. It's so weird.
Hmm.
I don't know. Not a
Hmm.
lot of people my age in my area having kids. So
Right,
yeah,
right. I mean,
I can bond with you, dude.
yes, yes. No, it's tough, and it's tough too. Like as a content creator, my rate.
Oof.
I wish it was a little faster. You've got it down clearly, and I must imagine it's because you have a very again structured schedule, good time management.
What I got to
Probably. I
do.
am not. Yes, exactly. I'm not very. I could be better at those things, so that's probably what it is. But yeah, man. I mean, I'm putting it out there when I can, and it's
Yeah.
been really fun. I've been really enjoying it.
Well, stuff has fallen away. I got to get better at exercising more consistently again, especially like running and
Same.
lifting more. That's the one thing that I've had to sacrifice because it's always the thing of, oh, you got to sacrifice something. It's sleep and exercise for me.
It's
And
true. Yeah, it's
which
true.
sucks. So I got to get back
Yes.
on schedule with that. Take a
Yeah.
little bit of
I'm the
a break
same.
from hardcore content at some point. So
It's tough too, because like, yeah, I mean, I also have to get back into a fitness routine myself, and it's like, man, with the lack of sleep, a lot of the times it's hard to get
it is.
motivated to do it, and it's like, it's a whole thing. But
The bad thing now too, where I live, I have 6 inches of ice on my neighborhood road, so I can't run anymore. Well, at least I'm
mhm.
slipping and sliding every few steps, so I can't get in my really nice runs, which really help me decompress personally, and they're so
Right,
important. I feel like so
right, right.
I need some machine or something to help with it.
Oh wait, hold on, real quick. Somebody's asking for my opinion on something.
Oh
Oh,
yeah, go
opinion on
for it.
No Rest for the Wicked. So,
Oh
No Rest
boy.
for the Wicked. I really like that game. So here's what I'd frame it as though.
Oh.
Have you played this? Try. I'm guessing you have.
Yeah, I was not a fan. I couldn't
Yeah.
get into it.
Well, because you can get into Souls like exactly. So that game is like 80% Souls, like 20% action RPG is how I chalk it up. It's like it's a like bird's eye view Souls like is how it feels to me. And I like that, but it's good enough. Like I really like the game. I think it needs to cook a little bit more, at least from last time I played it. The crafting was a little weird, kind of took up a lot of time. I liked the difficulty and I liked the only a few mobs on the screen at this, at the same time because they were all kind of tough. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's more Souls like. I can't even say that's an action RPG. To me, it just feels like a Souls like.
I totally agree with you. It was
Hmm.
too like slow and frustrating for me personally. Did not
Hmm.
like it. A lot of people when they hear me say, "Oh, I want, more meaningful combat in PoE2," they're like, "Oh, go play North the Wicked." And I'm like, "No, I played that. I don't want that in PoE. That's not what I want. Please,
Right,
no.
right.
GGG, please."
Just
Uh
like slightly reduced pack size, not
right.
three mobs on the screen. Just a
That is
little bit
true.
less.
Yes,
Yeah,
which by the way, dude, oh my god, Abyss is an endgame. It's like no change. I'm in
yeah,
like
yeah.
tier 2, 3, 4, 5 map. Abysses are just like swarming me. It's insane. I'm like,
Right,
oh my
right,
god, this is great. Like I'll have 3 rares pop out and they all got
right.
Shroud Walker, and I'm like, oh no, please. This is not what I
Well, hey,
wanted.
that's why
Oh,
you gotta play shields, man. I'm telling you. I'm
I
telling you right
know, I
now. I'm
know.
telling you, active block is way stronger than I think it should be right now. I wish
Boy,
we
oh,
didn't actually go over this in the pod, but
yeah.
I don't know if you've seen any of this really big meme run that I did on hardcore solo self found. But I was going through only using Ray's Shield's shield bash, that really crappy shield bash. I was only using that ability, and it taught me so much about blocking in
Oh
the
my.
game. I was like actually kind of surprised.
Yeah.
You can block most of the scary boss attacks in the game, even the red animation attacks that a lot of bosses have that are supposed to be unblockable.
Yeah.
Some of them are fully blockable. Some of them are even
Oh,
partially blockable. It's kind of crazy. If you ever
really?
have a chance to look at those portions of the video where I go over each boss fight, if you got the time, you probably don't do it. But it's actually really impressive that you can block so much. Like Doriani, for example, you
Yeah.
know how many scary moves he has in his like big mech form.
Yeah.
Every single move blockable. Every single move is blockable.
Even
You can
the
block the
one where
butt
he comes
laser.
down?
Yep,
Like,
blockable. You can block that too. You can block every single. Yep. You just have to have the stun threshold. You can block every single move of his. It's kind of
GGG, don't
crazy.
listen. That sounds like a bug. Holy
Every
crap.
move, man. Yeah, yeah,
Wow. I did not know
yeah.
that. That's very powerful.
It's wild. Yeah, it's wild.
Okay.
That's why I like playing Shield Warriors because it doesn't trivialize the game, but if you have
Okay.
enough stun threshold, it kind of does. It's
Right.
like every boss is super blockable.
You got to spec into that quite a bit on a tree, the tree to be able to to do that, or
For that meme of a run, I kind
right?
of did.
Yeah, that
I
makes
had to
sense.
like go down to grab all the stun threshold nodes, but
Right. Okay.
not even that hard. Like even if you're not using shield, I was only using the shield bash where you can only use it after you block. So
Right.
if you're using regular attacks and with a real build, you only have to block every so often. So you don't probably need as much as I was doing.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really good. I highly recommend anybody who hasn't played with shields and you're having trouble with bosses, just try a shield build and try blocking some of their attacks. You'd be surprised at how many attacks are blockable. It's kind of wild.
Well, there you go. Today we learned. All right, Lex,
Yeah,
man, I'm gonna hop off, or I'm gonna end the call, play a little bit of PoE2, and then hop off with my
of
kids. So let's
course.
see what time it is. Yeah, I got a little bit of time there. I think we're watching a movie. Thanks so much for hopping on the pod, man. I'll post this
For sure.
right after the stream ends. Essentially, I'll tag you in it and everything. I'll let you know. So,
Sounds good.
oh, and I want to say, if you want a good if you want your head in it, send me a nice headshot. Like, 'cause
Oh,
I
yes.
hate grabbing it from the video because sometimes it can be
I know.
blurry and everything. So, and
That's fair.
if it ends up not working, I just use like a screenshot of like PoE2. So, but
Yeah, let me see what I can find. I'll send
okay,
you something.
awesome. Okay, thanks so much, man. Have a good one. Thank you.
All right, man. Take
Bye.
it easy.
All right, chat. How did you guys feel? W or L? You guys like the pod? I think for a lot of you, it might have been your first time like seeing Lex's content. He's a little smaller. I thought that was lovely. That was lovely chat. Also, he has the perspective of someone who has not completed the campaign yet, so he's still in Act 4. So a different perspective. W? Lex is a W. You're a positive W. Thank you, Katajitsu. Yeah, everybody go check out Lex. Give him a sub. Give him some love. That was great. Lovely chat. W. I'm also in Act 4. He was cool. Awesome. Good. Love introducing you guys to new people. I did, but you should keep the parent talk to personal time. That was intentional. We kind of wanted to talk a little bit about the parent stuff, especially since he is only in Act 4. Like, there's only so much we can talk about with the new league if he's only in Act 4 and hasn't experienced the whole thing. So, cool chat. W, we just disagree on what PoE2 should be. Uh-oh, minds over matter. What do you think it should be? What do you think it should be, minds over matter? Not because I didn't like it, but I'm sure a lot of people are upset about the parent talk. Why would people be upset about the parent talk? I hope not. But yeah, he's not like Dead Rabbit and I we chatted far more at length about like the end game and everything. We've experienced more, so nobody's upset about the parent talk. That was an intentional note. Gamers, I guess. No, gamers are parents, bro. He's a warrior main who also likes Dark Souls. It's important to know, he said at the beginning, I want to play something at a disadvantage. Warrior plus maces are at a disadvantage over others. Yeah, definitely. I feel ya. Bear, just a better mace warrior. All right, guys. Let me send him a message. Thank you so much for the chat, man. Not any of a parent, and I enjoyed you guys bonding. Oh, I like that I've raised 3 kids. Good. Something folks like Lex don't get enough credit for is how diligent and durable they are when build crafting. Yeah, I've checked out some of his build guys. They're pretty sick. How long is the campaign in PoE 1 similar to PoE 2? I don't know. They're kind of different beasts. I honestly think you can do them around the same time. Well, maybe a little longer PoE 2 right now, like the speedrunners. Probably, because what is PoE 1's campaign guy? What's the record? 4 hours? Have people got it done? Why am I thinking like 2.5, 3 hours for PoE 1? Have people ran it that fast? All 10 acts? I like No Rest for the Wicked. That probably explains it. No, that gets it. I would love PoE 2 to be like, just, I've talked about it before. Far fewer monsters on screen, but not to the extent of No Rest for the Wicked, right? PoE 1 can be a lot longer as a new person YOLOing a build, but shorter than PoE 2 campaign if you follow a guide. 3 hours, 30 minutes or something like that? Okay. Hey, Ender, what's happening, man? We just finished the pod. 2 hours is world record right now. I did think it was like 2 hours something in PoE 1. Glad I was correct. Oh, it was a lovely interview. Oh, thanks, Ender. Glad you enjoyed it. Yeah. Go check out Lex. Now, here, I'm thinking, what do we want to do? Do we want to do a little endgame, or do we want to start a new druid? PoE world record is just under 1 hour. I'd love to have the No Rest for the Wicked talk be part of the vid. I probably should have like led that in as an edit. I wasn't looking at chat, guys. I've stopped looking at chat for interviews. New character building wolf. New character building wolf or endgame. I'm really feeling I'd do a new character, guys. I don't really want to play the endgame. I don't want to do it. I'd rather just make a second wolf druid. I don't like. I'm sorry, guys. The meme might be real. I don't know if I'll do Arbiter on Bear, guys. I just was not feeling the end game when I was playing it. How are people doing this in 2 hours? No. I think the PoE 2 speed run is what, 2 hour 40, Act 1 through 4. Okay. Yeah, I think we're gonna do a new character, guys. I think that is the way. This one is with my wife, so I'm not touching this one. This one's staying with my wife. We're playing through it right now. Oh, I'm still in Aga Manor. We logged out right after we beat the Xbox. Most recent best run is I'm Exile in PoE 1. 2 hours 17. Holy crap, I'm Exile. That's insane. Wow. Wow. Okay. All right. If we want to do Druid, you would much rather skip campaign. See, I like the campaign in PoE 2. It's much more fun for me. Do we do like a challenge run, hardcore? I don't know. Maybe we do hardcore wolf SSF. Do we do like Huntress? Maybe we do wolf monk.
You failed to liberate your brothers, just as you have failed in poisoning my subjects against me.
Yeah, because I'm not even trading on my other character, so why would I not do SSF here? Tactician wolf.
You failed to liberate your brothers.
Wolf monk is kind of like Ice Strike. Monk wolf, see, that'd be funny if I got another monk to endgame, guys.
Pagan.
Tactician wolf, that's interesting. What Omega Cybers? Because does it work well with like the companion nodes? Chonk monk from Mathel.
Pagan.
I mean, I could do another.
Pagan. You failed to liberate your brothers, just as you have failed.
No, I don't really want to try the new Sork Ascendancy right now. I've heard it's very buggy.
Pagan.
I think I'd rather try like a wolf monk. Companion wolf is only viable on tactician. Are you doing maps or still just jumping the game off camp? Off camp. I'm probably not going to do any maps right now. I got kind of bored of the endgame. I'm on tier 5 waystones. Blood Mage Wolf. Have a good one, Kamikaze. Thanks for watching, dude. I think I kind of want to do like the Ice Monk with the attacks. New Sork has a lot of buttons. They resolve most of the bugs. Oh, okay. A lot of buttons. Let's do Talkative, try Barrel Monk. Hardcore SSF. Hardcore SSF on a wolf. Let's play a little bit. Because I don't want companion. Yeah, just got to maps and board. Yeah, I not vibing with the league mechanic. I thought it was going to be a bigger part of the end game, and it's just not. So I'd rather maybe do a challenge run through the campaign. The campaign was really fun. I was really vibing with the game during the campaign. So we're doing a lone wolf, dudes. and we're going to be a monk. I think we're going to go another invoker build. Obviously, I have a type. Witch wolf. All right, we're gonna immediately look for a talisman. We're also doing hardcore solo still found, so we're gonna see how this goes. How far can I get? My current record is Act 3. Utzal. I like the temple. There's just no reward for it at the moment. Yeah, I mean it's the complexity and the reward for me. It's like multifaceted as to why I'm not enjoying it. You know. I think if it was like if it was more fun, like the gameplay in it, I would like it more, but at the moment, the gameplay also isn't very fun. Like the loop. Because I mean, a lot of PoE 2 doesn't have too many rewards in it, honestly, right? It's honestly like the gameplay that's fun. For the most part, for me. Like the campaign, it's just fun. Come on, get a shock. Get a shock off. No shock? Get a shock. I'm not gonna get a shock off, am I? Hey, thanks for the $10 super chat. Oh, of course, Opzu. I'm glad you liked the Dead Rabbit interview. Holy crap, I didn't dodge, I was reading. Gotta be careful with that on hardcore, you guys. Oh, shoot! Oh, no! Oh, no, guys. I gotta read. Oh, my. I gotta not read. Look at... Guys, you didn't see that. Guys, you didn't see that. You didn't see... You didn't see it. You didn't see it, guys. No, no, we saw nothing. All right? No, no, I had potions left. Okay, that was intentional. That was intentional. No, don't you dare clip that. Don't clip that. I've heard my Exiled Again clips were not received well, let's just say. Please no. How many character slots I got? Probably, if it's the same as in PoE 1, like 30. I have a bunch of character slots. But I do delete my, I delete all but one character on a new league. Any update on the next dog podcast? No, no update, bro. Plan was 0.5. He responded to me. Some clips dying to Monkey, try clips dying to Miller. Okay, all right, man. It's very true. I did die to the Miller. I was reading chat. I'm not used to it. I should just be ignoring chat. Come on. We're fine. We're fine, guys. We're fine. We're fine. We're going to play a little safer this time. A little bit safer on the Miller. Didn't take long. Didn't take long to do that. Okay, we're actually going to dodge. We're actually going to dodge. Okay, we're not going to dodge that because we're really bad, actually. There we go. There we go. See? All right. We're good. We're good now. We're good. Miller, take 2. Very easy. Why did you clip it? You absolute butt. Not the clip. Okay. Nobody saw that. Okay, so let's see. We can instantly get our wolf skills, right? Let's do primal. Oh no, well yeah, incredible weapon type. I understand. Oh, can I buy? How expensive is my talisman? 110, 110, 33. So if I sell, oh, I won't be able to get it. I only have 24. Oh. Oh, I could sell that. Let's sell that because we want to instantly get our talismans. All right, we're going to talisman up. We're going to do werewolf. And we are going to get primal lunar assault. We got it, guys. Oh, we got shred. Okay.
What have we got? Take a look. If you find a
Thick.
I fear this land.
So we are a monk feral monster. Let's do it. I have an amazing build for your invoker. It's Wolfhorn, Lunar Assault, Hollow Palm Wolf. I am going to do that. Ooh. Man. Sick. Gotta get the feeling for it down. Wow. It instantly freezes pretty much. Very cool. All right, and if I don't sprint, I instantly basically start sprinting. Like a slightly weaker sprint. Okay. Wolf felt good in the campaign. Dude, Bear felt really good in the campaign too. Totem expert. I am not a totem expert. In fact, I wouldn't consider myself an expert at either PoE. I'm just a guy who likes playing it and talking about it. You're going wolf form without the lineage support for cold? I don't have any gear in hardcore, man. This is going to be a fresh run. Sell that. So good it had to be done twice. What? All right, here's Bira, guys. I feel like this is going to go poorly. Way weaker than Bear. Holy crap. Way weaker than Bear. Now, can I get, like, ice fragments if I freeze these guys and then kill? Dang it! Guys, I'm so bad at this game. Oh, my God. Why am I so bad at PoE 2? Oh, my God. Can I do hardcore, you guys? I'm so bad at this game. Oh, no. Oh, no, not Ventrua coming in to report that I am indeed bad at this game. What's going on, bro? I'm going again. I'm going again. Ventrua, are you also soured on this league? Or is it just me who is being a negative Nancy? All right. All right, we're doing it again. We're doing it again. Talkative, hardcore, feral. Should I link some videos how to play for PoE? No. Focus on freezing on the boss. Hardcore might not be one. Nah, this league became great when I clicked the correct class. What class? I loved Druid, bro. I got Bear Druid, Bear Shaman to endgame pretty quickly. And I was a big fan, and then like right when I got to endgame and started running Waystones, did not like the Val mechanic. And the endgame, I mean, it felt even more just grindy and lackluster compared to last league than before. No, guys, I'm very persistent. Your goat washed. Your goat. I've never been a goat, bro. I have never claimed to be good at the game. I just like playing the game. Dying to bloated Miller makes me reconsider my sub, to be honest. Okay, I was reading chat, you guys. Come on, what is this? I can feel the people siphoning from the channel. Every death.
But at what cost?
I might as well equip this while I'm here. What's the ETA on Arbiter? For hardcore solo self-found, probably never. I don't think I have the persistence or the skill required to do hardcore Arbiter. In this particular league, will I hit Arbiter? I don't know. I wasn't really enjoying the end game. In all the other leagues, I did hit it, but... Alright, here we go. Alright, we're not looking at chat, you guys, because you guys are making fun of me for dying to the Miller. I gotta pay attention to the boss fights. If I don't, I get clowned on, rightfully. Big focus. Big focus. Oh, almost got me. Big stun. Come on, finish him off. Finish him off. Big damage. Big damage. We got it.
Skill always beats raw strength.
I am very legitimate about my views. I am not an expert. No. Should I take energy shield for these points, guys? Maybe I should take energy shield instead of skill speed. Oh.
How have the Ezamites fallen?
There's a beast of particular.
Okay, here. We got some vestments, guys. Very powerful vestments.
The discipline of the forge has taught him strength.
Oh man, no clip. Miller is brutal for newbies. Guys, I did die to Bira though. Let's see if it happens again. I can't promise what will or won't happen. Oh, we have more than enough gold. Let's get this one. All right, we're back to wolf form again, guys. We're back to wolf form. It's happening. It's happening again. There we go. All right. Second zone, guys. Second zone. We're back again. It was that fast. I come bearing grave news. I have been baiting into doing Wolf Monk and the leveling has been suboptimal. Tread carefully. Oh, shoot. Bro. But that's what I'm doing. I'm doing Wolf Monk. Chill out, Kate. No. Thank you for saying the honest thing about the end game. Who's defending the end game? There's no way people are saying that the Fate of the Valet end game is okay. Okay, guys, we're gonna be very careful here. All right, we're taking it slow and steady because this is gonna be the character that I bring all the way to end game on hardcore for the first time. Get ready, guys. Get ready for greatness. I'm going to do it live on stream. This is the new goal. End game, hardcore solo self-found, because the campaign right now in PoE2 is goated. I do not like the end game. Okay. Okay, it's defaulting to that. Let's also combine it with some volcano action. Just for some extra deeps. Okay. Don't curse myself. All right, we got this, guys. So what I want to do is freeze into rend for giga damage. Okay. All right. Yeah, volcano. Yeah. No, oh, we gotta watch out. We gotta be big dodge. Come on. There's the freeze! Big damage! Big damage! Big damage again! Come on! There we go! There we go! There we go! Look at this guy! It's huge! Look at... Oh my god! For anybody who unsubbed after the Miller, please resub now. Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate the support. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Did you guys see that? You guys freaking see that? I mean, she was on screen for what, 35 seconds? Absolutely nothing. What, so 3 hits to freeze somebody, it looks like? We are gaming.
Each victory is
I am being sarcastic a little bit, but this is like so much more. This is so much more fun than the end game for me. I don't know, guys. People will study this phenomenon. They will. All right, let's look for the Devourer's hovel. There it is. Oh, there's the Val thing. Okay, it's actually good in the campaign. So I will be doing this in the campaign. Also gave me a Transorb, which is nice. But I don't have any normal items. Okay. Whatever you do, don't try Hollow Palm Wolf. I thought since technically the dog ain't holding no weapon, then it counts. It does not count. Yeah, I came from Pee-wee 1. How could you tell? Yeah, but can't you use Hollow Palm for like freezing palm and stuff? I have some random person texting me. Like, can't I do like Shattering Fist with Wolf for super fast freezes and stuff? Can I do that? Not Ice Strike. The Glacial Palm. What is it called? Is it called Shattering Palm? That one. For really big freezes and bursts. That was kind of what I was thinking. Try Devourer next. Oh, don't you worry, bro. We're doing Devourer. There's no skipping here. I found 2 Divine Orbs. I still haven't found a Greater Exalted on my normal character. All right, Wolf feels really cool so far. That was a fast checkpoint. Why is this league not what I expected? The Fate of the Val is basically a non-mechanic. It's too complicated for me. It doesn't give proper rewards and doesn't feel like it scales at all into the end game. So I'm thoroughly unimpressed with it. Performance is worse for me this league as well. The only thing I expected to be a win, and it has been a win, is the Druid. I really, really love the Druid. That is my succinct explanation. I really, really like the Druid. I'll have a video, like, further explaining my thoughts out tomorrow. Thought I was gonna get a freeze off. Freeze! Ah! You guys thought I was cooked, didn't you? After I died to the miller. Definitely not, guys.
Nightmares have no power against the light.
You want to use Shattering Palm? You'll have to utilize Weapon Swap because you can't with Talisman. Right. You really like the Druid until you became just another clip. What do you... Oh, I wasn't even the Druid. I was playing the Monk when I died and became a clip. What do you mean? A content creator called Halcy made a really great video describing the Val Temple mechanic and what's wrong with it. For sure, give it a watch. All right, I might. Too much of the design feels almost on rails. I get that old Apple joke vibe of you're holding it wrong if you do anything slightly not on GGG's team. You smell try dying to this boss? No way I'm going to die to this boss. Do you feel that way about the Druid or the League mechanic? Because the Druid, I definitely understand it feeling like at least all the combos that I've done, 100% the devs intended, right? Like there's no, at least that I've done, I'm like, wow, I figured out an unintended. No, they all seem pretty intended. I'm wondering, are smarter people figuring out unintended mechanics? Or is this something that's like, hold on, freezing an enemy. Is this something that like everybody's finding out where there's very few unintended interactions going on?
Take a look.
Because I'm not, like I said, not a build guide creator, but I've been able to figure out like some stuff that slots together because it was intentionally meant to slot together. Wow, that's nice. Energy shield and life regen. Let's put that on, boys.
Till next time.
Oh, that's the video Pilatus talking about? Okay. A lot of PoE wanted to at the moment. Everything is only what they designed. Yes, they are. I'm one of the smarter people. There's this up-and-coming streamer. His name is Achilles. I think having someone less known and not a build maker's opinion would be nice on your podcast. And if you're interested, I'll take a look at them. I'm always looking for new people. I bricked my S because I thought I could stroll to that area, and then I found out I blocked off the Architect Fat Al. Yeah, I just feel like there's too much that's... I've seen Halcy. I saw her PoE to What She Wanted video. Yeah, I'll check it out. I don't like reacting on stream that much, honestly. If you guys think it would be worthwhile, I guess I could. Did it come out yesterday or recently? Because I don't want to take away from her views either, even if it's only a couple hundred. You need to interview Locadi 5 hours ago. He's a great guy and content creator for PoE 1 and PoE 2. Attack damage. The video was really good. How long is the video? Did I open it? 9 minutes, 50 seconds. All right, what, you guys want to see this video? Apparently, it's a really, really good video. Can we take a look at it? Apparently, it's a good video. Nine minutes, 50 seconds. I'm not a big pauser.
Hello and welcome.
What? Here. All right. We're on an ad break for Twitch, so I'll give it a second. I'll wait until Twitch is back, and then we'll give it a watch. Oh, where's your message? It's right here. I tried doing Thorns support on Werewolf, but the cold is just so much stronger and easier to make work. Thorns on Werewolf. Yeah, I was starting a new run. Because I'm not a fan of the end game. right now. All right, let's take a look. We'll watch it. Halcy is well spoken and her points are really good quality stuff. All right, let's see. Samba Kakora, thank you so much for the T1, dude. All right, let's give it a stop. Have I watched the Draw Strife Face video yet? Yes, I did. Yeah, I did. That was really entertaining. That was a good one. All right, let's see. Path of Exile 2 has a UX problem. I can agree. I have not even read anything. I have not listened to anything yet. I agree. Let's do it.
Hello and welcome. Every Path of Exile League, I'm reminded.
Thank you, Rikurian, for the gifted subs. Okay. Sound should be good. Let's see what it is.
Hello and welcome. Every Path of Exile League, I'm reminded that the user experience is not quite up to par. My first league was the Sentinel League, which I think had one of the most egregious user interfaces that I've ever seen. And when I'm talking about UI and UX, UI is what you see on the screen, and UX is what you're experiencing. UX is how it comes across to you, so that you know from where you are to where you want to be, how to get there. For example, in the temple console, you have a start point and an end point, and the UX is how you get from the bottom of the temple to the top of the temple. Good UI UX is really hard to see, but bad UI UX is really, really easy to see. And what we are seeing is an influx of posts in the Reddit of people bricking their temple. And what it comes down to is the Path of Exile developers have difficulty communicating consequences. Consequences of your actions within the temple. For example,
And a huge part of this is people are going to spend a bunch of time playing, and they're going to end up completely destroying their run, and they're going to quit. Because this is not like you run 6 maps and you get a temple. It's you have to run like 30 maps and you get a temple, and you might end up breaking it entirely. And there's like no hard reset as far as I'm aware.
if you look at the Betrayal UI for Path of Exile, it literally makes no sense what anything does. It has zero sense
True.
of what your board state will do to the rewards you get, to the encounters you have, any of those moments. Like I said, Sentinel was my very first league, and you'll notice if you look at the Sentinel UI, it is not clear what is happening in that Harbinger mess. The Harbinger spaghetti is insane. One thing I've seen the Path of Exile devs rely.
All right, I mean, I disagree. I thought Sentinel was very clear. I thought Sentinel was really... I do disagree with her on that point. I thought Sentinel was pretty clear. I mean, you just hover over the stuff. It tells you exactly what each of the things are doing. If I remember correctly. Someone who did play that league a lot. It didn't explain, like, initially, like, what it was, right? Which maybe that's what she's talking about. But I thought very clearly explained what you can light up, how you... what it does, all that sort of stuff. Okay, let her cook. All right, I'll shut up.
Consistently on is trial and error. For example, when I click close temple, does it tell me what's about to happen? No, it just deletes rooms and I have no clue why. The consequence of me clicking that button and deleting those rooms was not communicated to me. So the issue with the temple is not necessarily that the UX is bad. The issue with the temple is that the investment you are putting into these temple runs is so much greater, and therefore mistakes cost you a lot more. All the other UI...
True, 100% agree. 100% agree.
UX that has been like pretty egregious in this game, you can fix. It's relatively temporary. It's solvable. There are ways to move things around, to get around it. This is semi-permanent. Once you put something down, it's very difficult to resolve it. That's why everyone's asking if their temple runs are bricked. Yesterday, I ran this temple as I cover up my past self. I was never here, and I fought the architect. The game didn't really communicate to me what would happen when I fought the architect. I found out that it was too low level to access the things I thought it would access, like getting closer to Atziri. It gave me a medallion that disappeared when I clicked it, and the UI to show what it did was very minimal. It turns out the medallion I got increased the amount of beacons I can store, which I think means that I can store multiple temple runs, but...
You can store multiple temple runs? I thought they just got rid of that mechanic. Because I just lose my temple if I don't run it. That's actually a thing? You can, but you can only store 2. Why? I thought Mark said that we could store our mechanics. And that's my point. It's 6 by default. It's 6 rooms by default. What? You can use 1, then the second is ready. Oh my, and you can get up to 18 as far as I know with 2 upgrades. They need to add more mechanics. Oh god.
The only indicator I have is that little like 0 out of 12 or 0 out of 6 number at the bottom. It also gave me these vaults, which you see on the side here. Now, keep in mind, when you are placing rooms, you place every single room. When you place vaults, it is not the same. However, the UX is exactly the same. The only difference is they're not linked. So you can see when I go to place it, they're not linked to the rest of the map, but it's still the same. You still click on it and you place it. But then when I place 3, gone, done. Why? How was I to know that after placing 3 vaults, that the rest of them would be unavailable to me?
Oh my god. Oh no. That is not good. What? Holy crap, try, you can't read? What? What do you mean I can't read? I am reading. Oh.
There was no sense of if this, then that. It was just, they're gone. And so it makes me think that they should have some kind of indicator of, hey, you've placed X of 6 rooms. You've placed X of 3 vaults. Because you can still run temples without placing any rooms. The consequence here is a bit more visible. You'll see when I hover over run temple, all of those on the side become red, which indicates that they'll be deleted. But you're still able to click it, no warning, no issue. However, for some reason, they thought that even though you can run the temple without updating any rooms, when you leave the temple, it asks you if you're certain about it. You go to open a portal and you get this.
Not anymore.
Are you sure you want to leave? And I don't know. If you're asking, maybe I shouldn't be sure. But when I opened the temple without placing any rooms, that was not an issue. It leaves me asking why. One other...
And remember, you can't do that anymore. They changed that in the latest patch. But what are you doing when you're reading the patch notes and should have consumed the information, not just reading?
Another source of confusion that I have not been able to figure out when it comes to this temple and how all the runs interact with each other is how come sometimes you run a room and you get a reward and sometimes you don't. This chamber...
I totally agree. I've had so many rooms without rewards. Like, for example, I was getting a ton of Exalt, Regal, and, you know, these are far less useful in endgame. But I was getting a ton of those early on, and then, like, in Act 1, 2, and then Act 3, and then the interludes, and then endgame. Most of my rooms are just empty. You kill the monsters, and then there's, like, a chest. And that's it. I know you can't TP out of temple anymore, I know. I don't know if that's bug or intended. You got a fracturing orb. That's cool.
Of souls that I'm running, it's completely unclear to me what this Chamber of Souls is doing for me. Have I already used the reward and therefore nothing comes out of it? That wasn't really indicated to me. You can tell me I completed the room all you want, but somewhere in the user experience you have to tell me if I'm still able to get the rewards out of the room. Some of the crafting benches I don't think you're able to use, and further runs. And if you are, it hasn't been clear to me, or I haven't found those benches in a long time, because
I agree with her. Yeah. Because there's an icon on the map, but there's nothing to do there. You see the icon right there? This happens in so many rooms, but you need to get it to tier 3, I think, for there to be any reward. That's not clear. There shouldn't be an icon if there's nothing you can do there.
I haven't really had any Regal rooms in a while. I haven't really had any Exalt rooms in a while, whereas it felt like in the beginning I was getting them constantly. So I don't know if that's something I don't understand or just like poor communication on this part, but it shouldn't be a question for the internet. It should be answered by the UX. So where I think they've done a really good job in the Vault Temple is communicating what you are able to do. It shows when you're placing a room, it shows you where you can place your next room. It shows you all of the rooms that you can place. It shows you all of the, the things that are currently happening. When you go to energize a beacon, it has super clear, like 2 out of 3 beacons energized. It shows you exactly what you need to do to get your next temple, and that's really good. However, it does not do a good job of explaining paths. I haven't fully been able to understand when paths can connect, when they
True, I do not understand this. I feel like an idiot.
become small paths versus big paths. And I think that a big difference would be if you could place everything and then confirm it by running the temple instead of it being confirmed immediately. It would help a lot. I think that understanding how rooms interact with each other when you're placing them one by one doesn't actually simplify it. It makes it more difficult because it's just so unclear what you're doing next. And so this trial and error UI that the Path of Exile devs keep using, it can only get you so far when the investment into the trial is so great. It takes so much time to build up one temple run. Messing it up has a much bigger cost. And it's not even messing it up in a way where you feel like you're learning something. It's just pretty confusing. And trying to fix it is a nightmare because you basically just have to close the temple and hope that the things that broke your temple get removed. And you can see this in...
Yeah, is there any way to completely reset the temple? Or is the only way to fix a bricked temple to run an architect and hope that the proper thing, or run a boss and hope that the proper tiles are removed? No way to reset the temple.
The way they show you Edziri, but not how to get to Edziri. If I went to Edziri right now, I wouldn't be able to fight her. They show you the architect, but they don't give you...
What does she mean by if she went to Edziri right now, she wouldn't be able to fight Edziri? You have to, like, kill a certain number of architects to unlock Edziri? You have to do architects first. You can't enter this room. Well, I'm surprised it doesn't say, like, if you hover over, like, 0 of 3 architects killed. You need to find a key room. Don't do architect. You don't do Edziri. Okay. You can't enter your chambers. Okay. Interesting. Okay. So I remember them saying that in the presentation. It's just not clear in the UI. Interesting.
Any idea of what the architect actually does for you or what it gets you. They show you room completed without any indication of what you get for completing that room. So
it says it in the quest state. I see. Defeat the royal architect in Edziri's temple at level 75 or higher. You guys can't. You can see it. Okay.
So what are the consequences of your actions? How can they start displaying this in the UI? And the best idea I can come up with right now is allowing you to change your choices before you're locked in, because you can understand the consequences after you've done the actions, but you don't have an opportunity to remedy any mistakes or understand the ramifications. And so if they were to update the UI so that your actions weren't so permanent, it would help a lot. And a lot of people have also said rotating the tiles. I don't think you have to rotate the tiles. I just think that placing them one by one in seemingly random spots, it's not clear to me where the placement availability comes from.
Right.
It seems almost random where you could put the rooms. And it leaves me asking why. And this is the main difficulty with Path of Exile. Every action I take, I have to go back and ask why, and basically watch the VOD to understand. So let me know, what were your issues with the Path of Exile UI? Do you feel like this is a pattern for their user experience? Because I kind of see it as a through line for them. The League mechanic UX in particular always suffers, and I hope that they continue to improve on it. I think it's improving, but thank you so much for watching. Have a great morning, evening, night, whatever it is. I hope it's awesome. I'll see you all in the next one.
Yeah,
Bye.
that was a good video. Wow, the like to view ratio is insane. Holy crap. Yeah, I agreed with her on everything except the Sentinel UX. I like the Sentinel UX. I cannot believe you can brick your temple. I'm so scared to brick my temple now. Holy crap. And there's no way to reset it. Oh, there's no way to... What? There's no way for this guy to reset his temple? Wow. Try, you like the look of the UI? Sure, but the UX of Sentinel tells you nothing about your progress. True. Enter and exit a few times. Just enter and exit and close the temple. It will remove some rooms. Oh, okay. So you just enter and exit, and every time you enter and exit, it removes rooms? That's not clear either. That's crazy. He can run it, then he should be able to place paths on the other side of rooms. Woo. This reminds me of back in the 90s, you just have to trial and error when you were playing some Nintendo or Sega, or the other option was to just learn from friends, but she does not give a guide of the map, just clump. You don't understand what's wrong with this? I don't think he can progress unless he gets certain paths, correct? I think that's the point. Unless he gets certain path nodes, he can't keep moving his temple. You can place behind the other rooms more rooms. It's not brick. This is rage bait. This is beauty. You can place paths behind closed off rooms and it'll open up. It's not a big issue. You just need to get the random rooms. You can't place rooms on rooms unless they upgrade the rooms. It's rage bait. He tried to place rooms that didn't work. Yikes. No, it bricked. Oh, we've got people arguing in the chat. I'm not worried. GGG will fix the league mechanic. They always do fix up when there are this many complaints. They are. I think they are going to make some substantial changes to it. It's just it's very unfortunate the state that it came in. It's just not a fun league mechanic. Very unfortunate because the entire premise is sweet. Okay, question, peeps. Where is the UI communicating to you not to do this, or how to fix it, or that this is unrewarding? Yeah, because what? I'm guessing the person just listened to where to place the green and got screwed. Good thing Druid is a blast. Right, exactly. It looks pretty sure, but UX is about being able to intuit how it works. Trial and error, I think you should be allowed to make mistakes in bad layouts. Well, I think there's a difference between bad layouts, like unrewarding layouts, and just like... Because you got a bad layout, but I mean, I don't know. There's like the firm disagreement. When I was playing Harvest... way back when, in 2020, my harvest plot was not optimal. But I understood how it worked. Even then, I understood how it worked. I created it, and I was able to get some pretty sick rewards from it, even being not the smartest. I feel like with this, you're not really sure how to do it. You're not getting the rewards. You're not getting rewarded. There's no easy way to reset everything. I don't know. Maybe I'm being a big complainer, but that's how I feel. And that makes me sad because I really, 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 really was excited for this. All right, let's delete that monk. That monk died really quick. Delete that monk. That monk died really quick. Have this. Harvest optimizing was cracked. Being able to place, move, etc. until you click finalize would be so good. Yeah, like being able to, that was her suggestion, right? Being able to click around the pieces and being able to have a little bit more freedom until saying click run temple or finalize temple. I think that's a good idea. Am I going Chalupa monk? I'm probably going to go invoker again. Invoker ice monk. Her name was Halcy Kanish, I believe. Halcy Kanish. We'll do one more little area and then I gotta dip. I messed up my temple layout big time. However, oh, I gotta look. However, see, I can't read, else I will get annihilated. I think gotta turn down my game. My game is giga loud. Sorry about that. Rotate the tiles. Being able to rotate them or being able to like replace them, I think would be cool. Chalk is way better this league. They doubled like all the numbers, bro. Yeah. Spin Schwingy's wheels. There is no chance I will, Ice Cold Snake. What's going on, man? You are 100% right. I'll be done in a moment. My wife is like, try. You said you'd be done at 4. Okay, I did tell her I'd be done at 4. She opened the door. When she opens the door and she gives me that look, that means I gotta be done. All right, you guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Thanks for chatting about the league. I do appreciate you guys. Hope you enjoyed the pod with Lex. I will be posting that pod right after this stream ends, and I will be doing my breakdown, my initial thoughts of the league, and it will be a negative video. So I hope you guys enjoy that. It's going to be well, written out, scripted out, and everything. But thanks for chatting, you guys. I hope you are having fun, or if you aren't having fun, I hope you're able to like voice your concerns here. Whipped? No, I respect my wife. I told my wife I'd be off at a certain time, and I'm gonna darned be off at that certain time. It's 4:01. All right, Loopy, stream it. Let's yeah, I'll do the raid on over to Loopy. There he is. All right, I started the raid. Thanks, everybody on YouTube. Make sure you like the video, sub to the channel. I will see you guys tomorrow for a chat with Jorgen. Should be a fun one. And then the night after is Rax and Terax. Should be good. All right. Have a good night, you guys. I'll talk to you later. Peace. Stay sane.